Good evening, everyone, and a happy bank holiday to those in the UK. Happy Easter to everybody that celebrates. Hope everybody had an amazing weekend. I certainly did. Got to see my family for, first time in a long time, which was awesome. And now I get to see these four lovely faces that are sat behind the scenes for you, but I can still see them on my screen. Welcome to episode 54 of Malt Campaign 2. There's been a lot of hype around this one. Everybody is very, very excited. So I'm going to try and get through my intro as quick as possible. I'll probably fuck it up, let's be fair. Let's go. So my usual shout-outs to Incarnate, Alba Radio and Dungeon Alchemist for all things virtual tabletop and mapping. However, on that note, there is something else to discuss in a few minutes. Hero Forge and OpenAI for all things character visuals and sort of token creation and stuff like that. D&D Beyond for all things Dungeons and Dragons, whether it's sourcebooks, adventure modules, encounter management, character creation, all of that good stuff. Go and check them out. I think everybody's heard about D&D Beyond by now. If you've not, where have you been? Then there are the DM's tools. I use it in the background. So Kassoon, 5e Magic Shop, 2 Minutes Tools, the Thieves Guild and World Anvil. Just about got through that in one breath. There we go. Any musical tracks or sound effects you hear are courtesy of either Tabletop Audio or BattleBards. Go and check those out. BattleBards do seem to be having a little bit of an issue with their website, so we are going to reach out to them. So just bear with it. I think there's a few quirks going on, but we'll let them know about that. What else to talk about? I think that's it for sort of the shout-outs with tech. So you can see all of our links for social media along the bottom there, so come find us on Twitter or X, Instagram and Threads. Hopefully you're here with us either on Twitch or YouTube, and of course there's the TikTok channel as well, so please come and follow us on all of those. And if you want to get interactive, even more interactive with us I should say, then please come and join the Discord server as well, where there's all sorts of goodies on there. We have just had our new emojis land on there as well, so we will over the coming weeks incorporate them into the Twitch channel, so that you folks can use those and interact with us as you're watching live as well, which will be a lot of fun. I do have a number of shout-outs to other collaborators to give tonight, so of course my first shout-out is to the ever-present and always amazing Homie and the Dude, Tom and Bodhi, both with us tonight for this Masquerade Ball episode. A massive shout out to all of those, and the crew at Homie and the Dude as well. If you've not been following their social media, have been posting all about their next Kickstarter, The Wandering Tavern. There will maybe some little things happening in the break around that, so do stay tuned during the break as well to see what's coming up. But if you've not already sort of flagged that to support it when it goes live, please do. There are links on the website and all sorts of crazy stuff there, so yes, make sure you're following that. And then there's also a shout out to Roll Together RPG. I want to give them a shout out thanks to their raid last week. I believe they are streaming now. Don't jump over there now, you can watch their VOD later, stay with us, but make sure you give them a check out later on after Malt Magic, and go and check out their stuff as well. I want to give a shout out to Games, Gags and Geeks as well, who have supported us in the past and continue to run their Storm King's Thunder campaign. And finally, as a shout-out, a new shout-out for us here at Malt Magic, but to Tabletop, which is TABYL, who are developing a brand new virtual tabletop system that we very may well be moving to in the future. I have been playing around with some of the early access stuff. I know Homie and the Dude have been working with them quite closely as well. It looks very exciting, so we will be checking that out over the coming weeks, so stay tuned for that. Again, we may or may not, I don't know if we've managed to get it sorted out in time, but we may or may not have some goodies in the break around Tabletop. So yes, go and view all of those collaborators and different people within the community. Go and show them some love as I try and get my words out. And yes, I think the final things then for me to talk about are the fact that the VOD for this episode will go out on YouTube on Friday. It will be available on Twitch immediately after the stream. And of course, we will also release this episode on podcast or in podcast format on Friday as well. Now, I did promise we would be doing a podcast giveaway. I am in the works of just figuring out how we do that and putting the final touches to that. So I'm hoping from next week's episode, we will be able to talk about that in a bit more detail. So those of you listening on the podcast, please do listen out next week to see how you can get your hands on some goodies. I do want to show you all some love, given all of the support that you've shown us over the last 4 years or so on the podcast. And so, yeah, with that then, I believe that is all my shout-outs, all of my thank yous, everything I needed to say. I don't think I buggered it up too much, but I'm sure I'll get shouted at in about 5 minutes, if not. So the last thing for me to say is there will most certainly be adult language, most definitely adult humour. You have been warned. Let's roll. Hello, Dave. Wrong view.
There we go.
Panic. Everybody panic. There he is. There we go. Amazing.
Hello.
Hey. Yes, so Tom is back with us after all of his travels. Go on, Danny. You were about to say something?
Nope.
Danny.
No, I thought you were about to say something.
Wait, Danny. Now you don't have anything to say, right? Okay.
Nope.
We've finally stumped him. Oh, very good. Right, there is going to be chaos and everything tonight. I know I say that every week, but especially tonight. We've got a very fun episode planned. So we're going to do the lineup very quickly, and then we are going to dive into it as well. The first thing I'm going to say is I hope everybody's managed to catch up with the time changes as well, because my body's still running an hour sort of ahead at the minute.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous at the moment. I have no idea what time it is.
Yeah, so we're now in British summertime, which means we will be streaming at 7:30 p.m. British summertime. But it's good news because warm weather's on the way. And with that being said, yes, I'm Matt. I am your Dungeon Master, and I will be playing multiple NPCs tonight for your viewing pleasure.
Hello, I am Dave, and I play Jewel of Shadows, the female Tabaxi rogue, and I'm really sorry to tell you guys, but only Jewel is going to be wearing a dress. I won't be. I apologise for all those people who were expecting it.
Fuck. Disappointment.
Dave has got cracking tits as well.
Damn it. I'm gonna go, guys.
Told you not to tell anyone about that weekend.
Perfectly proportioned areola to nipple ratio. Anyway, I am Danny, and I am playing Lex Ordo, UNP sorcerer, who luckily isn't as smutty as Danny in real life, so he'll be civilized.
Oh God! It's already said.
Fuck's sake.
I am Tom, the father half of Homie and the Dude, and I am playing Kevin Buckland, a human barbarian who, for the first time, has noticed, because we're coming out of winter, that our DM has biceps that are bigger than mine as my character, which is incredible. I'm not sure if they're like pumped up with a bicycle pump or what, but they're fucking huge,
Tiny
dude.
T-shirt.
It's all
Tiny
steroids,
t-shirt.
mate.
It's all wrong.
just pure gear.
Matt's juicing up.
Just for clarification for everybody on the internet, I am not on steroids. Let's put that out there now.
He's natty.
But your character, Callum, is.
What's up, everyone? I'm Bodhi, the son half of Homie and the Dude, and I'm playing Edgy as Bones, the bard sorcerer, who, through the library, has been swaying his hips and practicing his dance moves because he feels like he hasn't had a chance to dance very much recently. He's been with these hooligans, we've been doing a lot of fighting and not a lot of dancing, and he used to dance a lot more than he does now. So, Ready to have a boogie
You're doing it wrong if you've got to separate the two. So
It's true. Well, here's the thing.
Very
It's a
good.
different style of dance.
What is the dance fighting called? Capybara? No.
Capoeira.
Capoeira.
Thank you. Why is that not a monk subclass?
Right.
it is now.
Yeah.
Monk bard
You could be a monk bard. Yes.
There we go. Malt
There we go,
magic.
Matt.
Homebrew
Make it
subclass.
happen.
I'm on it. There we go.
I'll make it happen.
Come on, Matt. Fucking get to.
Get to it. I'll do it in the next 5 minutes, shall I? Fuck it. I've only got a session to run. Very good. So last week then, and last we left off, our party sort of. I laugh because I've listened to this today and there was just all the emotional moments. So I was saying this to my family over the weekend. I give my players the smallest little footnote attached to an item to do with the subtle mechanic. They've all run with it and made it into a pure feature of the mechanic now of that particular item. So
I don't even know what it does apart from that.
Yeah, it's basic. That's the only bit we know about the Star Touch Crystal.
Even 4.
Star Touch Crystal is basically so you can all feel when one of the other ejaculates. So yeah. Anyway, last we left off, the party had exited the room following their conversation with Mara Blackveil and returned to the tavern. Cavan came back to join the party briefly after his sort of private moment with Mara, only to then be met with a note from Miss Blackveil herself, who invited Cavan for a further conversation and also to go get measured up for his suit, etc., ready for the ball. So Cavan was absent for most of last week. And our party then bedded down for the evening and sort of had various discussions. Before that, Aegeus returned to his office to go and dig up whatever documents he could on the 7 families, but also on Klein. Was joined by one Takami Ito, the mysterious monk who had been following Aegeus round and was sort of looking after him, or at least looking over him, I would say, rather than looking after, making sure he didn't do anything stupid.
Thank you for that. Yep, that correction was important.
That's all good. That's all good. It's all good. Aegeus entered into his office and into his sort of main office room, if you like, only to be met with a magical trap, which Takami was able to sort of pull him out of. But Aegeus was then under a 24-hour curse to his wisdom and charisma-based skill checks, which led to some quite interesting moments later in the episode as well. Having then returned to the room, or at least to the tavern, there was an awkward moment where the DM had to drop 2 hints to get you into a room to discuss things privately, otherwise I was going to have everybody in the bar eavesdrop on everything you were saying. But we eventually made it to the bedroom. Awkward moments between Aegeus and Takami ensued, conversations around the families and sort of Klein as well, and stacking up these different papers, and then there was that moment where everybody just twitched for a good 20 seconds as Cavan was clearly enjoying himself way over the other side of the city. The following morning then, Aegeus found his little page boy or little messenger boy that has been using to send messages around the city, and got him, little Timmy indeed, and got him to sort of send further messages, look for one Calum Eleneth, to go see if they would meet them later on, and the party then went to the tailors where they were invited by Mara to go and get some outfits for the ball. You met the slimiest, poshest tailor going in Ephraim Silken Needle, I believe I called them, or Silken Thread potentially. I think it was Silken Needle actually. And very quickly suggested that they sort their shit out, go apologise to Gibby, and also stop using the stupid accent. So we switched to a totally different accent.
I was expecting that to go in any way whatsoever.
No. It was a very, very different encounter than I was planning on. But negotiated your outfits, had further interaction with Takami as well, and then made your way to the Athenaeum archives, where you started to look for more information on the 7 families. Jewel, you managed to sort of get a list of who the main players were in each family. Lex was just about to go searching for information on the Feywild, and Aegeus had tried to get access to the private collection and failed. And that basically, folks, is where we left off. So, to keep this bit short then, what else do we want to find in the library?
I was just after information on the Silent Order of Citharus. Did I say it right that time?
You did.
It's in, and the Feywild. That was it.
And the Feywild. Very good. Anybody else looking for anything else?
I wasn't necessarily looking at anything in the library. I know there was another place next to the library.
It was the registry office.
The registry office that that Jewel wants to go and have a look if there's anything on the import side of things that she might be able to. And I realise that covers a lot of the areas of the families. Anything that looks untoward and out of place.
Okay, very good. Edgius, I will say that you wait for a while. Calum doesn't turn up.
What a bitch! That little absolute. Sorry, I'll keep it down. Sorry. He gestures to the lady who stood over there, who wouldn't let him into the cage, who just hasn't even noticed him.
It was a bloke, actually. It was a brown-haired male elf.
That gentleman.
But you could be forgiven. They are, yeah.
Well, look, here's the thing. They mean so little to Edgius that he doesn't even remember really what they look like, even though they're stood across the room from him currently.
Very good.
I was going to say, is there anything that I could look up in terms of like mapping? Could I go with Lex and help him look for mapping and stuff of the Feywild, so that when we're done here, we've got the ability to maybe find out where we land and then possibly navigate to the Lord of Frostiness.
Absolutely. So I will say on that note then, Lex, make me an investigation check with advantage, please, seeing as Edgius is helping you.
Roll the night. Come on.
First roll of the night.
Ooh, 18.
18,
Whoa.
very good. So you find a number of tomes that talk about fey creatures, and you start to flick through them together and start to try and piece together what information you can about the Lord of Winter. And you do come across a particular chapter within one book which talks about the fey courts and fey lords around the Lord of Winter, also known as Jack Frost or the Lord of Frost. Now you read in this chapter that the Lord of Winter is one of the main lieutenants, if you like, main lackeys, main lieutenants is probably the right term, of the Queen of Air and Darkness. He is a member of the Unseelie Court, also known as the Court of Gloaming, also known as the Court of Winter, for obvious reasons.
They got a branding problem, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They really do have a branding problem.
The marketing team really fucked it up.
So yes, you know that next to an individual known as the Queen's Darkness, he is the second most dangerous individual associated with the Unseelie Court, is what you read. You begin to read a little bit more around the Unseelie Court as well, and you begin to understand that it is part of, or it can only be found within the Fey Dark, which is the more sinister side of the Feywild, if you like. And that's sort of all the
9
information I
PM
managed to figure out.
So when you
9
say
PM
the court,
Fey,
is
yeah,
it
absolutely. It's the After Dark, yeah.
still
Watershed edition.
post-watershed? Yeah.
Yeah.
So when they reference a court, it sounds like it's a thing, or are you talking about a collective of people just referenced as a court? Or are you saying an actual courthouse like building?
No. So when it talks about courts in terms of Fey and Fairy, there are two main courts, or kingdoms, if you want to call them that. So one is called the Seelie Court, or the Summer Court, the Shining Court, which is led by Queen Titania and King Oberon. You begin to read. They're the two main rulers of that. And then the Unseelie Court, the Court of Gloaming, the Court of Winter, the Court of Darkness, is led by the Queen of Air and Darkness.
Okay.
Also, in some texts, and one of the texts you see, it calls her Queen Mab.
Queen Mab. Okay.
M-A-apostrophe-A-B.
Like my B, and then someone just like misspelled it, and
Whatever the Irish version of that. Yeah, that is straight from Irish folklore there. So,
just at Phrygius's thing, does this person sound anything like the Raven lady that I've been told I'm connected to? Do they sound like
No.
similar people?
no.
Cool.
So
And she
you've
also
been
doesn't
told of the
sound like
Raven Queen.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I think that would be about it. Maybe I would try and snag and tear out any pages for stuff of the Crystalline Isle, like anything that looks kind of secrety about the Crystalline Isle. But other than that, that's probably it.
Don't find a lot of information on the Crystalline Isle other than in some of the. I'm trying to think of the word now. I can't. The type of book has totally slipped my mind on this Bank Holiday Monday. But in the Annals of Eneth and sort of the great texts around the different places within Ardalia, you learn of the Crystalline Isle, but it's nothing new that you don't already know about the place as a team, I'll say.
Oh, almost like an encyclopedia entry kind of vibe.
Yeah, stuff like that. There is a particular almanac is the word I was looking for.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Lex, you go hunting for information on the Silent Order of Sithras and find nothing.
Okay.
Lex, it's because they're silent.
It'd be pretty stupid if they actually had, like, an encyclopedia. But I
Our
thought the
base
other
is
houses
here.
might have done some research, but
Yeah, no, it was a good shot, but yeah, man, they're really silent. Like they probably kill people that would have known things that would have then written books. That's probably how they deal with that problem. Now that I think about it.
touche. Although
Very good.
there are kind of ambivalent is the wrong word, but they're neutral, I suppose. That's why I think they would be a good ally, because they're not really on either side.
I like
Albeit
that.
they
It
probably
might
don't want
hinder
people
us.
shouting about them from the rooftops.
Lex, just a thought. Just, I don't know, throwing this out there. You're all about balance. So's Cavan. Maybe you two, at some point, would maybe want to join the group of neutral. That seems pretty balanced, if you ask me. Maybe at some point that might be, what is it they call it in the books? An arc for you? Maybe a side quest? I don't know what they call it these days.
Maybe that's my retirement plan once I've sorted out all the portals and shit. That's my.
Dude, I'm sure the
That's quest
Syphilis
number 2.
people would be happy to have you on their team.
Yeah, 100%.
Very good then. We'll say you all sort of finish up in the library and walk outside, and at this point you start to see a number of very ornate carriages and wagons begin to arrive and make their way up through the higher tiers of the city into various taverns, but also just homesteads up here as well. You kind of get the impression that the guests are at least starting to arrive for this masquerade ball, and the nobles that have been invited from outside of the city. You make your way across to the registry office, which is literally across the road. And in there, getting access to certain information around the families is difficult anyway. You look at what is in public record, and anything of interest is kind of what you've already been told so far. Now, it would take months to go through all of this information here.
Yeah.
But what you managed to sort of get off the surface is that information you've already been told.
Fine. It was a long shot.
That's all good. Alright. Sorry, just messaging the wife back there. Excellent then. As you finish up in the registry office, you sort of exit out and find Cavan wandering back down the hill, heading towards the Earl's Hearth. little bit of a spring in his step, but also some serious bags under the eyes.
Is he tucking in his t-shirt that's like weird, like badly poking out of his overalls?
I don't know, Kevin, you tell me.
Yeah, everything's just kind of hanging out. I didn't tuck anything in. I'm just kind of making my way.
Everything.
I mean, clothing. That is.
Hello.
Hello. Jewel. Jewel.
Kevin.
Hey.
Well, you look rested.
Why is your bandana tied around your ankle?
Is it? Oh wow. Yeah. That happened. Holy moly. Yeah, it's a story. It's a story. I'm sure.
I have a feeling we already have experienced it.
Yeah, we had a joint moment for a second there.
It was great.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. And Kevin is thinking in his mind, wow, they think something happened that actually was very different than what happened. And but he says, yeah, I mean, stuff kind of experiences and emotions, and so. But anyway, where are we? Like, I'm late to the game. I mean, yeah.
You got your suit, right?
Yeah, you got your.
I got my
right?
suit. No, I got my suit. I got everything. I'm meeting Mara. Later.
Kevin, I've been meaning to ask you. We asked Mara if there were any sort of like gizmos or gadgets that might help us along with this evening, and on the list that she gave Jewel, we weren't given anything about collecting those items. So I assume she gave them to you, and you've brought them to us. I would assume.
Dude, Mara gave me nothing.
Hey,
Mara, I mean, yeah, she. I mean, she has confidence in the team, so I'm not sure if that was like a gesture that you don't need gadgets, or if she just forgot. But like, she know how she, Edgy. She know how she reads people, and
Oh yeah.
yeah. So she rates us. She rates all
Did
of
she
you.
give you
So
any kind of working instructions for us to bear in mind when we go undercover tonight?
Great questions.
Or are we just like kind of not winging it, but
Did you talk at all? Did you even talk?
can I roll a? Do I remember this check?
You can roll me a history check, absolutely.
Cool. Oh, that's a bummer. That's not a good start. That's funny. I've got a -2 as well in my history. That's a big 5. Big 5.
Big five.
Yeah. So my mind is just clouded a bit.
I was going to say, despite the feelings that the party may have got at a certain point where certain things were happening, you and Mara discussed a lot. That bit with all of the other stuff that you sort of went through and argued about in places, discussed, challenged each other. Apparently creepy ghosts are entering Danny's room again. Yeah, you gloss over any of the details realistically around the ball tonight, other than the fact that you need to meet Mara at a certain time later on. That's about it.
Yeah. Dude, it's a lot of it's a big fog. I mean, we covered ground. We covered a lot of ground. But as far as like the plan, like I said, I think she wants us to just kind of rely on our own wits and just kind of suss out the situation and make decisions as we fly. You know, that's how we operate. And she kind of knew that in a weird way. She has some background on us that I think either is around or she just has a sense, and probably a little bit of both. But I think we're good. We're good, right? Let's just do our thing. We do what we do.
Shall we perhaps take? This is difficult. We need to agree on who is going to speak to which family, I believe. Try and gather some information. Otherwise, it is we might as well. Otherwise, it may look a bit obvious if a whole group goes around and go, "Hello, have you killed anyone? Are you doing anything suspicious?" Do you know? So perhaps if we try and split up and make it more jovial, then we can try and find out more information just as we go, and then we can all, go back to the bar. Go. This one is out, or this one is still on the list.
Well, do we want to come up with a short list of suspects? So, for full disclosure, Kevin, the Black Veils were on the suspect board for a time, but I think the fact that Mara is a member of an organization that we trust somewhat makes them lower down the suspect list. So, do we want to strategize that? Obviously, not here. I'm assuming we're out in public again, so let's probably not do this by the fountain.
Should we head back to the to the place and go get dressed for the evening?
I was going to say, what time frame are we? We've got to still get our clothes, and it's the following day, but we can just chat today. I think. Am I right?
Yeah. No, so you've got
that's true.
Effectively today, and then it's tomorrow. Here's the ball. So you've gone from the tailors into the library and into the archives. I'll say you've spent most of the day in the library and the archives at this point. It's sort of coming to late afternoon anyway. And you can head back to the Earl's Hearth to bed down for another evening.
Let's do that, and then that's where we would chat further in the rooms again with some food.
Is
very good.
As we're walking through, Edges will ask, is there anything that we want or anything that we feel like we need to get that, like, object-wise? Like, is there any, like, spells, potions, anything that we want to procure on our way to the place to go bed down for tomorrow?
Oh, what might be cool, if it's possible, if we could spike people's drinks with truth serum.
Truth. I also have
a
Zone
thing?
of Truth. So maybe I can cast Zone of Truth, so I can cast that around someone that I'm talking to. Maybe you guys can take a vial each and then do it to the people that you guys are, interrogating or talking to or whatever.
Yeah, that could be a good idea.
Or we could just put it in the punch and everyone just tells the truth. I mean, we've just got to make sure we don't drink any of the punch.
We might then tell everyone we're investigating them.
But as long as we don't drink any punch, as long as we're super vigilant about not drinking punch, then I think we give it to everyone.
Edges, I believe that is going to last exactly 5 minutes, and then completely to pot. Knowing all of us, Lex, can you close the barn door again, please? If you don't mind.
I don't know why the shopkeeper fucking keeps opening his door.
Dude, we're not coming into your store, man. Leave us alone.
I will buy some WD-40 though, if we can, for that fucking dog.
Oh, just so it's even creepier. It's then
Or
just
a door
silent.
Whatever it is I need.
Glue?
Yeah.
I think that may be quite disruptive. People will realize if they are starting to say the truth, how are you? Oh, it is lovely to see you. Instead, they are going, oh my God, it is you again. I cannot believe I need to see your ugly face. I think people may start to understand that something is wrong.
Touché.
What if we mix that with some sort of, upper, downer kind of situation so that they all just think they're getting a little bit too, that meat is hitting them a little bit too hard today?
I think we may get into slight trouble with the Black Veils for disrupting their investigation. Perhaps, like Kevin said, we need to just rely on our wits, and we need to just be there and see if anything goes wrong. I hope I can see most things that are going on in that room.
Well, what about
Doesn't Mara think there's a plot we need to stop? So something might be happening that we need to stop. We need to interrogate. We also need to look out for suspicious behavior like that as well, right?
That is possibly going to be more obvious. We can be asking, but yes, it could well be that we are simply looking for someone pulling out a knife and looking at someone suspiciously, or walking into a room holding someone else. Just something suspicious. Maybe that is all we are going to be there for.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, if if it's no hassle on anyone else, I mean, maybe I'll take a little bit of that truth serum edge just in case for any moment or any conversation that I really feel like I could. And Kevin is thinking about.
Be honest.
He might actually want to use this on fucking Mara at some point. But anyway, because there's some uncertainty still. But anyway,
Yeah, can we?
but he's not
let's
saying that to
buy
the
some of
crowd.
that. Let's
Yeah,
go
yeah.
to Bubbles and Troubles, the spell shop on the way, and we'll see if we can get some.
Yeah. And if we could stop for a drink, man, that would be. I mean.
Well, we're heading back to the tavern.
Okay, I think I can wait.
Where we've got a room. You're gonna have to sleep on the floor of our room. All the beds are taken. He only gave us a room with 3 beds because you weren't there.
We can't roll for that. We can't do like rock paper scissors. We can't like that's how it is.
I've already unloaded my
like
stuff.
you guys were chilling. And I was working yesterday, and the reward for that is that I get to sleep on the floor. That's cool.
I mean,
guys.
if you want to call it working, I suppose
right.
some people
Thank you,
make a
Jules.
living out of what you did last night, but I'm not judging.
Did you get paid? Where's the coin?
There's no coin. It was.
Edgius is gonna pull out some coin from in one of his boots. Well, look which one of us was working, and then put the coin back in his boots.
Okay. Yeah. To be fair, I actually don't know what you did last night, so I might have been presumptuous. So yeah. Okay. Cool. I'll. Fucking. It's not like the last time or the first time I'll be sleeping on floors. So let's go. Let's do it.
Look, short straw.
good.
What can I say?
I will say at this moment then you pass through an area of the top tier known as the Sky Market, which is an extension of the market in the lower tier, but of sort of more of the exotic goods, gemstones, spells, scrolls, items of repute, shall we say. So if there's anything particular you want to go looking for, this is probably the place to go and try and find it.
Truth serum, long-lasting truth serum.
So
Possibly,
you find
possibly,
a particular...
possibly a stimulant
You find
as
one
well.
Yeah.
You find one particular stall that is selling sort of potions and lotions and different medicinal products as well.
Potions and lotions.
Need a pep in your step, sir?
Very good. And you do see a gnome stood behind a male gnome, sort of just tufty hair, a monocle on, just stained overalls with a number of different coloured sort of stained, basically where they've been making these different potions. A number of vials tucked into a belt pouch, and a big ledger open up on the stall as well, that they're sort of writing in at the time when you come over.
Kevin says under his breath to Edgius, you lead the way. This isn't my thing.
Edgius turns to Lex. Lex, you lead the way. This is my thing.
Good afternoon, sir. We're here
Good
to
afternoon.
procure some of your fine lotions, maybe potions.
Good, by all means, what'd you be after?
Do you have like a catalog, or if I can just tell you what I'm after, can you tell me whether you got it?
Why don't you be telling me what you're after? I'd be seeing if I got it in stock.
Yeah,
He's
we're
like
after.
the catalog. He's like the catalog, Lex, I think.
I am the
Yeah,
catalog.
okay,
This
right.
is very true.
I get it. I get it. Okay, Mr. Catalog, have you got any truth serums?
Truth
I have
serums.
yeah, my friend here has a lady friend he doesn't quite trust, so some truth serums.
Whoa.
Just go with it. Just go with it.
Yeah.
I know the ladies
okay.
can be tricksy, but a word of advice from an old gnome. Sometimes if you're just trying to get the truth out of your lady friend, maybe just be honest with her first. Ask her. You know, two-way conversations, these sort of things.
Do you know what? That
Yeah,
is
I'm not.
an awesome
This isn't
bit
an
of
agony
advice.
aunt situation. This is a purely transactional business interaction I'm hoping to have with you, sir.
Still need that truth serum, sir.
Yeah.
Potion of truth speaking, and you know, I don't think I've got anything like potions of no.
Do Do you have any lotions of truth serum? I bet you've got some lotions of truth serum up in there.
I've got some lotions that might loosen up the tongue a little bit, but that's mainly down
Loosen
to
up the
tingle
tongue.
in natures. Well, they loosen up a lot of things, but
Oh.
Oh.
Is there another guy here that might have truth serum that isn't you?
So,
Because
no truth
this
serums.
feels like
How
we're going
about-
down the wrong fucking path.
How about spell scrolls of truth spells? I don't know. Okay.
if you want me
I'm all
spell
out of my-
scrolls, you might want to go see the well, I think it's some sort of mage just across the way there.
Right. Some.
Why did we come to
if you
you
don't-
in the first place is my question. When the signs...
I don't know.
Guys, that's on us. It's on us. It's on us. It's totally on us. We fucked it. It's
Yeah.
not your fault, sir. Quickly, do you have a lotion that would help with, like, I don't know, like, say, for example, you had an ornament or a friend that was made entirely out of bone. Do you have any lotions for, like, bones? You know, like keeping them healthy, clean, shiny, you know, not dirty.
Hey, well, do you know what I've got? It's not meant for skeletons, but it's for those people wanting to keep sort of trophies nicely polished and clean.
So...
You know, when you like kill an animal and you mount its skull and just making sure that's all supple and clean.
Would it make, say for example, someone had a friend that was a skeleton, would it make them shiny, more attractive? Would their skeleton be more appealing?
I suppose that's down to the beholder, really. And I don't mean the
Okay.
creature, I mean the person looking.
Here's one gold. Give me the fucking lotion. I don't have the time for this.
Gives you a full sort of trophy maintenance kit, which is sort of got a little bit of bleach in there for bleaching the bones and keeping them
For
clean.
fuck's
Little brush
sake.
and
Where am I gonna fucking... Edgius, like, tucks it into, like, loosens his belt enough loops that he can, like, strap the belt round through the handle and keep his belt on. Okay, let's go to the spell guy.
appreciate your
fuck it.
business.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were great,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. Thanks. Thank you.
So
As the two guys walk out, I just take one step out and then one step back in, and I say, quickly, could I have some of that loosey-goosey lotion that really loosens people up?
Yes, of course. It's a perfume massage oil from the Gildornian region. You'll enjoy that.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
Yeah. But it gets people feeling comfortable with you, right?
Yeah, I suppose they'd have to be pretty comfortable with you already if you're rubbing on them, but sure.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, yeah, I'll take it. I pull out.
Okay. It's fine.
Flip
Your
him up.
friend overpaid for the other one, so we'll call that evens.
Okay, I slap a bronze on the table, and I'm like, that's just.
Oh, one copper
I-
bad. I appreciate it.
Yeah. All right, and stuff it in my pocket, and then I run out and start catching up with him. Hey, I
Where'd you get
forgot.
a bronze from? That currency went
it's,
out of like. Where did you get a bronze from? We use what?
It's
What part of
it's
the world did you? You know that's worth like 4 gold.
I bumble up to the guys and I'm like, yeah, sorry about that. I dropped something in there. So yeah. So were we heading to spells and mells? What was it? Spells and gels?
Do you
I
think,
could make
do you think someone
put.
And spells and gels.
We're gonna end up with a bag full of lotion and another bag full of gels, and that's all we're gonna take.
A litre of oil of slipperiness coming right up.
Oh, so we're just going to come out of the shop with fucking Vaseline, basically. And cake jelly.
Very good.
So
So you head over to the
shopping ever.
you head over to
do
the
you think-
stall where there is a mage individual with sort of these red, deep crimson robes on. And again, head down in a book, just sort of scribbling away. Lex, you're about to say something to the party, sorry.
Well, 2 things. Do you think Zone of Truth would actually work? Because don't people realize they've been zoned of truth after they've been zoned of truths? Secondly, this guy looks quite reputable. He might actually be a guest this evening. If he is, and we've bought a Zone of Truth spell off him and he recognizes us later on, that might fuck our plans.
I really hope he's not reputable based on the naming convention of his store and that situation. But I'll just say this: look, I'm happy to talk to him. Maybe we go with fake names.
Why don't we just ask him?
Again, Edgy, I believe honestly we need to go in as ourselves. We are guests of the Black Veils, and we will simply see what we see. I think we are going to find out what they want us to do, if there is anything further than simply see if there's anyone suspicious. And
spells and gels?
No, sorry. Just when we get to the ball,
that's what I was talking about. Oh, I was talking about in spells and gels based off of what Lex said about them.
The fact this fucking stall is now called Spells and Gels is literally causing me turmoil.
I point up at the shingle above the door and I say, "Okay, it looks like his name's Mel. Who wants to take the lead on this?"
Mel sells spells and gels. I love that. That's it's got a ring to it. Here, I'm gonna walk in and be like, "Mel, what's up?"
Good afternoon, my name's Mel.
Mel, we need to make this quick and fast because we are in a rush. We need two things: any spells or gels that provide truth-telling situations to people, and anyone else got any other things they could use some gel for? Jewel, do you need anything for your hair? For fur? Fur. I said fur.
I will be perfectly fine to sort myself out, but thank you.
Cool. Lex, do you need any gels?
Do I? I don't know. The only gel I can think of is like explosive gel, but I don't think that's appropriate.
Hey,
Don't be selling it here. It's not my bag.
Okay, healing gel? Do you have anything that you could like rub on someone if they were like, they had
nice.
a pain?
Got some potions of healing, if that's what you've been eating.
Can they be rubbed on someone?
You can pretty much do whatever you want to. Drink it, rub it.
Does it work?
It's all good.
Though?
Sure.
Cool. Okay, perfect. We'll take how many do you have in stock of those?
We've got 3 potions of greater healing just down here. That's what we need.
We'll grab those and any gels or spells to do with truth telling where the person wouldn't know they're telling the truth.
Well, I got no double suggestion or sign of truth, but I do have one. Let me just go check if it's what you've been eating.
Cool,
2 seconds.
Ollivander. Fucking hurry up. Where's Mel, the owner of this place, anyway?
My name's Mel.
Huh? That's you?
I'm Mel. Yes, it's my shop.
Ah, okay. You just didn't give me Mel vibes. You gave me Anyway,
Jewel leans over to Edges and goes, "They did say I am Mel. How can I help you? But sure."
Oh, that's what they said.
Yes.
I was just
Mel
so
comes
distracted
shuffling.
by that giant bottle of body jelly over there. Did you see that? Look at it. Fucking disgusting.
Whenever
Anyway,
you talk,
sorry.
Body jelly, that's bottled ooze.
Oh,
Bottled lube.
bottled lube.
Ooze. Ooze for what?
Whose is
Ooze
it?
of
Whose
what?
is it?
Whose ooze is it?
No, the creatures, the oozes, sometimes come cube forms.
No, I've
It's
never
bottled.
heard of whooses. Are they like? Do they like live on a snowflake? Are they really small whooses?
So
So anyway, I've got this spell scroll here, and just blows off the dust. It's pretty rare. It's the spell scroll of Gaius.
Sorry, You're gonna have
What?
to say that one again. One more
It's
time.
a spell scroll of Gaius. Basically, if you cast it on someone, you can control them for about a month.
A
Holy
month?
shit.
A month? That feels a bit
Because-
excessive. You just have that
It's
a
lying
half a
around?
spell.
That is a
was in
level
the
of
back.
spell I cannot do. I can tell you that now.
I am guessing this is not going to come cheap.
Oh, no, not at all. It's a rare item. It's very expensive.
You sure? Because you were just keeping it in the back over there. I didn't even hear you turn a key in a lock or anything.
It's with the other rare items. It's all good.
Just on your shelves?
Would you like
In
it,
this
Edgius, or
fabric
shall we move
Sorry,
on?
You're right. I'm not here to design your security measures.
Yeah, I've
we'll
got
take-
alarms on all these shelves.
Can we take? How much is the scroll? Let's start with that.
I think you're going to do this.
Please hold, caller.
A month is a very long time.
That's an extraordinarily long time.
Sounds like the
It's
Lord
also
of
when I want to be
Winter or
really
Klein
picky and go,
has
is
a
it
bad
28
month
days? Is
coming
it
their way.
30? Is it
Lord of
calendar
Winter.
month?
Yes, you can give
So
us.
for this
Yeah.
scroll, you're looking at 1,300 gold pieces.
So
13.
It's a very rare spell. It's very powerful.
Yeah, is it just
I've
for
got
one
I've
person?
got 7
What?
grand. I'm the treasurer, remember? We've got loads of money.
Sorry, what?
I mean,
How
I know
much do
I
you
have like 4 Spectrum, alright? I know that because we gave it all to you, but are you kidding me? We have 7 grand.
Yeah, we've got 7,202 gold.
We'll take the 3
Just
greater
don't tell
healing
Edgy
as
as that.
well, and the what?
Yes?
And also one of the ooze bottles as well.
Yeah.
I would like you to write the name of who it does belong to on the bottle, though, so I can return it to them, please. That would be.
No, it's bottled ooze. So if you throw it, it will release the ooze. It's good for distractions, or if you need to get out of a scrape and let the ooze eat whatever's in front of you. It's fairly effective.
Whenever
Ow.
you talk, all I hear is, "Hi, I'm Korg and I'm made of rocks." That's all I get. That's all I get.
Is that a friend of yours, Lex? Is that someone
Is,
from Mechanis?
Hey, I'm Korg.
How much is this bottle of ooze? It sounds like it could be something for us to keep to one side.
I let that go for about. I lost my accent there. I'll be letting that go for 300 gold. Still a
Lex,
lot to catch.
Stick it on the tab.
I will take that one if I may.
It's the
Do you-
3 potions.
do you guys-
the spell
Do you guys
scroll.
want to take a potion each? As I've got cure wounds, so you guys each take a potion.
Sure.
Yeah.
that'd be
So
good.
we get greater
Hey,
healing.
Hey Mel, you mentioned it was on the shelf next to your other rare spells and gels. What's your favorite rare one that you have that's particularly effective?
Less than 7
don't-
grand, so.
Don't be having favourites. Well, if it was favourites, I wouldn't be selling it.
I see. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Listen,
What's the most
let's together.
effective?
I'll call it.
Yeah,
10
never
grand.
mind. Never
Most
mind.
effective depends on what you're wanting to do. If you want to make big bangs,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have
yeah,
fireballs.
yeah. Just I don't know if this matters, but we are local. Edgius and myself are longtime. We grew up in Union City, so I'm not sure if that's like tourist rate or like we're from here. Like we're from here.
Yeah, pretty
Mel,
good. That's 2 grand.
Mel, owner
Fuck's sake.
of Spells and Gels, do you happen to have a... now, I've done this with another person over in Dryad's Gate. Do you have a spell? I'm looking for something similar to Fireball. I didn't know if, because you are Mel, owner of Spells and Gels, if you had like a gel ball spell similar to like a Fireball, but like a gel ball, you know, maybe acidic or something. I was wondering, could you not sell me the spell? I don't want the spell. Can you just write it on a piece of paper so I can learn it myself?
Which one do you want? There's vitriolic sphere, which is similar. Vitriolic sphere.
Vitriolic sphere, yes.
Does anyone understand this guy? I'm struggling, man. God.
I am having no problem, Aegeus. Please ask me if you need me to translate.
Please, Jewel, dear God, I have no... What was the word he just said? Did he say matriotic peers? I don't need to go into the water.
No, I believe, and this is quite foreign to me, I am afraid, but I believe it is the vitriolic sphere. Sphere.
This one is good. Sphere. Like a ball.
Does it, and how much, if you were to give it say you were rolling dice, and say you were to give it a number representing how much damage you think this would do and how many dice that would be, would you have an idea? Like, give me your kind of ballpark it for me. Ballpark it.
Well, it creates a large ball of acid, and when you throw that, it tends to do serious burns. I've seen it dissolve creatures whole. It's very powerful.
Whoa.
How big's the ball, Mel? How big's the ball?
20 foot sphere when you cast it, depending on where
Cool.
you're looking.
Okay. You know what? Hey, it's a good start. Let's go with that. Write it down.
Pulls out the scroll. You just take the scroll. It's fine.
No. I don't want the scroll. I want to learn it. I don't want to use it once and it be gone. I want to learn it.
Well, read from the scroll. You learn from it.
You can do that.
You don't have to cast the spell to read it.
Oh. The other lady definitely didn't tell me that. Fuck.
But then I can cast a spell after you've learned it.
That's a great idea. Okay, cool. And Lex, maybe you can just learn it after me. And Kevin, maybe I don't know. We'll just see. We'll see what happens. Cool. I'll take that as well. Thank you.
Very good. We'll all together then. Since you don't want tourist rates, we'll call that 2,640 gold.
You're on a good
Wow.
man. 640 gold.
Lex, I will give you 50 of my 100 that is in my boots currently to replenish some of what I just spent.
That makes all the difference, thanks.
Lex, I shall smile at you for the next minute.
What's that spell scroll that are you taking it,
So
Aegeus?
you've got a scroll of gas. A scroll of gas.
Just everything there.
I don't know how you say that properly, actually.
So,
I don't even want to attempt it, to be honest.
Vitriol.
Yes.
How the fuck
Apparently
you
it's
spell
pronounced Gesh.
fear?
The vitriolic
Say
sphere.
the letters. Say the letters.
Geas. Geas.
Gas.
Apparently it's pronounced Gesh.
Geas.
Who knows? Geas, and then a scroll of vitriolic sphere. So, Geas or Gesh is a 5th level spell. Vitriolic sphere is a 4th level spell.
It's not even coming up as a.
then
Oh
you've
no, I just have to do spell scroll, don't I? 5th level spell
I was
scroll.
going to say 5th level and a 4th level. The 5th level is Geas Gesh, and the 4th is vitriolic sphere.
I'll
Very
do
good
the
then. As you
Geas
hand
scroll.
over your cash, the Mel then goes, well, thank you very much for your custom. Time for me to take a break now. Pleasure meeting you. I've been Mel. Closes some curtains.
Goodbye,
Let us
Mel,
head back
who
to
solved
the
Jonathan's spells.
to the inn. I am sure we have much to talk about.
Very good. For the sake
as
of
we're-
brevity, then go on, Kevin.
No, as we're walking out, I just want to turn around and say, "Hey, Mel. Mel.
Yes.
We're going to. Do you know anything about this ball tonight? This masquerade thing?
Oh, the Black
Anything
Bale
about
Ball?
that? Yeah, that's one.
It's full of full of nobles. It's what all the carriages are for. I won't be there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Me neither.
It's invite
Anyway.
only.
Yeah.
Unless
Invite
you've got
only.
a spare
Okay.
ticket, I'll go.
No. I was just asking, wondering if you had one.
Oh, well,
Never mind.
no.
Okay, see ya.
Then, happy
I step
meal.
back out and I'm like, yeah. Step out, catch up with the guys. Yeah, he's not going. He's not going. We're safe. He won't be there.
Dude, I knew that from the moment we walked in. Did you? Okay, we don't need to go any further. Jewel, make sure you really lock up that bottle of ooze. I feel like, look, I don't know what a ooze is, but I'm terrified of what's going to come out of that bottle. So when we need it, I think that's our Hail Mary. You know, that's our last resort.
Yes, I am very much looking forward to throwing it at someone. So I hope they do not piss me off.
You can.
Yeah,
I think you're right. The spell of gas would be brilliant for Pline or Lord of Winter. So let's not use that tonight. Let's save that if we can. Okay.
Yeah. I'm on the way back. Matt, Edgius will just be reading the spell over and over in his head, just getting his first lot of practice in. And damn, guys, that vitriolic sphere is savage.
Oh, vitriolic sphere is ridiculous. It is an appallingly brilliant spell. Yeah. I hope it never gets used on us. Let's just put it that way.
Very good. So you descend down the hill, back into the Arse Hearth, grab some food, head up to the room, and discuss what?
So then, what do we think is going to happen tomorrow? Is there anything that any of you want to keep a track of? I honestly think it is good, while we do not see anything, try and gather as much information on the families, and after that, if anyone is acting suspicious, we all head straight towards them and try and follow. Or if you want me to follow, I can see if I can do that. You will probably be able to feel if I am in danger, if at all.
Yeah. Well, if me
Can I
and
roll
you
up?
are dates and companions, do we need to stay together to keep up
yes, of
appearances?
course.
Let me throw a thought out there. I think we've got to remember that we also have Takami, who is late again. Useless. She said she was going to be following us. Terrible.
She probably is.
It's probably already here.
She's probably just being a little shit. Takami, where are you?
Actually,
And
she
Edgius
said
is
that she was going
just look in
to
the
meet
room.
us again later on. She had her own stuff to do.
Oh yeah, well, sorry that our stuff's not so important. I think
You do hear a subtle knock at the door.
No guests, no room service, thank you.
I go and open the door.
Open the door, Aegeus.
Wow, this person knows who I am, guys. I'm really scared. This cleaner is gonna be really mad if they know my name.
Door opens. So we're just walking past me in the taverns now? Or are you just fucking ignoring everyone?
Oh, you were sat downstairs? Totally
I said I'd
missed
meet
you.
you here. And you just, yeah, no, I saw. It's fine. Hi, I'm Takami. Looks towards Kevin.
Hi. I'm Kevin. I'm sorry. I was lost in thought. And as I'm saying that, I was lost in thought. I was thinking about going through the conversation I had with Mara and just trying to think. Okay, is there actually anything that she told me? I'm trying to separate personal from professional right now. And there was a lot that we talked about, and mostly the personal has been on my mind. But now, as I'm lurking my memory back to see if there's any details I can share with the team.
There is
Sifting through that
one
conversation.
warning that comes back to your mind, and it was almost the parting message from Mara, which is very much, Kevin, don't forget to tell Aegeus that there are 3 princesses attending the ball. He is to stay away from all of them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So how do we know? Do I meet you there and we just come in as I just kind of converge on and put my arm out, or do we just meet in the ball? Yeah.
I will
Okay.
send
Okay.
for you, and you will be brought up to me, so we may enter together. You will all be announced, which reminds me, actually, you will need to decide how you want to be introduced. You will, of course, be my date. But yes, if there's other names or things, I know how you like to operate. Just yes, let me know.
Yeah. I'll leave it to the group. All right. And I reach over and I just give her a little peck on the cheek, and I say, I guess I'll see you later.
I will see you in a day, my love.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Hi. Is it Takami?
Yeah, it's Takami. Hi, I helped him when he went up to the top of the mountains.
Barely.
Dribbling mess.
I look to Edgius. I make eye contact with Edgius. Edgius knows the eye contact I'm making with him, which is, can we trust this person? I've made it with him countless times, and he knows exactly the raise of my eyebrow as I make it to him.
Aegeus tilts his skull head and gives a nod. And then it's like, is there anything that Mara said last night, Cavan, that you want to share with the group?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think it's all kind of unfuzzying for me. So something about Lex, or was it Edgius? Fuck's sake. Yeah, something about 3 princesses, and not wanting to mingle with any of those. Fuck. I'd say Lex and Edgius just stay away from the princesses. I was saying goodbye to her, and I was just...
You mean they are free reign to me? That is very kind, Kevin. Thank you.
I mean, it means whatever it means. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'll probably...
I think we have more pressing things on our mind.
No. But Jewel, she made it a point that we can't go... Fuck! Edgius or Lex couldn't go near them for some reason, so it is pressing. It's like up there on the pressing list.
Yeah, I'm assuming she means you, Edgius, considering she knows you from before. Must be, right?
That was a Spider-Man moment of...
Given how awkward you are in front of Takami, I can imagine how awkward you would be in front of 3 princesses, so that's probably...
exactly what she's clearly not talking about.
Are you trying to say I'm less intimidating than a princess?
Fuck's sake.
I mean,
Right, let's not trying to get me in a trap now. I'm trying to... we're talking about Edgius here. Come on. Let's not get me in trouble.
He's totally right. I am
here.
exceedingly uncomfortable around anyone who I find attractive, so there's no way Mara would be talking about me, Lex. You're 100% right. She's clearly talking about your calm, smooth operator kind of zone, so you're right. You stay away from the princesses. I will keep an eye on them, make sure they stay extra safe.
How do we do that? How do we have 2 separate conversations at each other at the same time? How does...
It is a skill, I believe.
It's amazing.
Oh, she said... She
I'm
also...
with you on this one.
Yeah, she wanted us to come up with how we want to be introduced as well, and like what... if we want to use our real names or not, or like we're going to be presented. So that's all I got, guys. It was a long night and whatever. That's so, yeah.
Then what are your thoughts? Do we think? Yes.
If we came up with aliases, I don't think I could keep the ruse up.
We are here on official business. It is quite normal for us to be there, and we are enjoying the fruits of our labor, and we are just glad to be there at the party.
Yeah.
A pleasant night off is perhaps the one thing it is possibly good for us to mention.
Mm-hmm.
I know exactly how I want to be introduced. You know what? I've actually known this since I was about 9 years old. I'm very much ready for that. My idea was going to be this. I'll just pitch this to the floor. Jewel, maybe you take the Eleneth family. They're Elven. With your ability to speak Elven, you might be able to get some translations. Do some
It certainly
eavesdrops.
lends that to being a possibility. Yes.
That was my first thought.
Not to mention, the Eleneth family is already under suspicion for embezzlement, so they are prime suspect at the moment.
Yeah, it'd be good for Jewel.
I thought it was House Glendale that are doing the embezzlement.
Oh shit! Yep, Grendale. My bad. Read your notes properly. Yep.
That leads me on to the next point. I think, Lex, you should take House Glendale. I think that's a good place for you to be. You know numbers. If they're embezzling and they're talking about stuff like that, you're probably the only person out of the lot of us that understands those kinds of things.
Right.
And then I was going to say, because we did Cavan's, even though we know that Mara's part of the order of the snake thing or whatever it was called.
Sithras, yeah.
That one. even though we know that, they're still on the suspect list. So maybe, Cavan, you should actually stay close to the Black Veils and keep an eye on the Black Veils from within inside their organization as a double agent.
Yes, to clarify, we do not believe that Imara has anything to hide, but I, for one, do not believe that absolves the entire Black Veil family.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So there is nothing against Imara. We cannot rule out an entire family because of one person. So
no, Jewel. I mean, when you say there's nothing against Mara, like, you need to have your thinking cap on. You need to. I mean, and that includes Mara. Like, at this point,
honestly, Kevin, the only 3 people I am going to, have any trust in whatsoever at that party are all in this room right now. 4.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry. I'm taking your trust on Aegis. My apologies.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Takami could be a double agent like Cavan.
I mean,
she could be an
Takami,
agent
are you the double agent? Should we just, have we solved it already? Is it done?
Sure, I'm just here mingling with you all while you plan, and I plan to betray you all tonight. That's fine.
That's good. Well,
tonight,
it makes it easier. It does. It really does. Let's get it just done,
Yeah.
I like her.
Right.
I like her a lot.
There are some families we've left out, right?
Now.
We've got the Variksons, who are the airship people, and then we've got the Thornhearts, the Smiths, and the Miners. But if you were going to do an uprising, right, to take over another family, who's going to have the most weapons to do that? It's going to be the Thornhearts.
Actually, the
You
Black
studied hard
Veils
earlier,
are
Lex.
quite known for the defenses of the city, so I know Mara's your friend.
Well, I thought that was through the whispers and spying rather than stabby stabs.
Yeah, I guess. What do I know? I just live in the mountains.
I feel like
Look. I think we need to take two each, and Cavan, you are going to be on the Black Veil family, which is going to be a task in itself, I believe. So, I agree with you, Aegis. I will go with the Eleneth family, and I think possibly Silversong family. They are more of the artistic. I'm going to be able to see if there is anything untoward with any of the provinces, with any of their art, if we get to that point. So the more I learn about what they do, the better. I can, of course, forge anything I need to if it comes to this. So I'm going to do those two. The rest are up for grabs.
Lex, you said you're going for the Glendale. Maybe you mentioned the Thornhearts. Do you want to take the Thornhearts?
Yeah, okay.
And that leaves me with the agriculture Dunfords. Yeah, an area that I have. I feel like I've got that one, and I'll do the princesses. I've got the princesses and the Dunfords. There we go. I found my two. Kami, we're on the princesses and the Dunfords.
Who's got the airship people?
Which is the
The Variksons?
I'll get the Jewel. Let me ask you this:
Yes.
as someone who's a singer and knower of arts, would it maybe be better for me to take the arts and you maybe take the airship, as you have actually been on one of those flying things?
I have been on an airship. Whether we end up on one tonight, I can take this. I was simply meaning more of if they are importing any goods via the way of arts, physical collection. I was. Perhaps... Look, yes, let's swap. You take that one, I will take the Variksons, and we shall talk to them. When it comes down to if we have to actually follow one of these families after the party, then all of our talents are going to be well utilized, I am sure. So yes, I can read and understand any of the provinces. I can duplicate them if we need to. All these types of things will be useful. So yes, let's swap. I will then do the Variksons and the Eleneths.
Awesome. I've got.
What about
I will use message. I'm going to use message to tell Takami in her head, do not let Aegis anywhere near those princesses.
And she's just going to look deep into your eyes, and a the voice that returns to you is not Takami's voice. It is weird. It is echoey. It's almost like there are multiple voices there. If you think I am letting Aegeus anywhere near princesses, you are sorely mistaken. And it's a little bit unnerving.
It's all right, guys. It's all right, guys. I'll take 3. I've got the princesses, the Varixens, and the songs, the silver songs. I'll take them too. I got it, guys. It's okay. I know you're all rushing to handle it, but I got it.
I thought you were doing the Durnfords and the silver songs.
Fuck's sake, it's fucking 5 groups. We can't do this. How the fuck?
You're right. It's the Dunfords, the Silver Songs, and the Princesses. You're right.
I turn to Takami and I say, "Do you have an invitation? Because I probably could get you one."
I have an invitation.
Oh,
This is my day.
My bad. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Aegeus is the +1. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. And amongst all this talk of, you're right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So keep your head on a swivel as well, Takami. I mean,
Always is.
10 eyes are better than 8.
How are we
I just went
How are we
cross-eyed.
going to communicate? Like, what's our we've got to find moments to like. Maybe during like a dance, when like it's loud, we like do that thing where we spin and connect for a hot minute, share like a quick line of dialogue, and then separate again. Almost like there's not quite enough time to tell each other everything, but we get little bits out of very valid, important exposition as we dance in a circle.
So, just on that point, if you're moving around in a dance, usually it's the male members or the leading party, depending on the dance, then meeting the non-leading party, and you interchange partners that way. So,
Then
if anything, you're all going to have to converse with me and Jewel and swap messages like that. There'll be plenty of time for just mingling, but if you want to try and do it in this weird
An
dance,
important
then sure.
thing, if we're if something is going down tonight and there's going to be like a coup or some mutiny or anything like that, the actual people who work at the event, we need to keep an eye on them. So the wait staff, the barman, security, to see who they are speaking to as well, and that'll give us clues.
Takami, you're on that. I'll take the 3. Takami, you take the 1. You guys take the 2. We've all got it. On lock.
I don't even know what that means. I just 3, the 2, the 1. What
I'm
is
so glad you said that, Kevin, because he
I
likes
just stopped listening to him past the
But
point.
Takami, that is a good point.
Wow.
Sorry,
Trying to be the mastermind over here.
you may have already known. Who is putting this party on? Was it the Black Veils?
Yes, it's the Black Veil Ball. It's an annual event.
Then
Yeah.
we can rest assured that it is the Black Veil's guards and security who are going to be looking after it. So they are not a separate. I was just wondering if it was going to be another old party themselves, but no, they are connected with the Black Veils. So just something for us to keep an eye on.
Yeah, that's true.
I think.
Are we gonna pretend we know each other, or is it gonna be like something that we don't know each
We
other,
have
so
to,
that we can
because
like,
Mara knows we know each other.
Yes,
So we can.
We again, that thing of we can say that we are part of the Planar Detective Agency. We are simply glad to have a night off. We are in the area meeting good friends. It is as close to the truth as possible, apart from not really a night off.
Sorry,
I mean, me and
Aegeus, we're
Takami
going
is-
as...
Yeah, but we're not going. You're not going as Mara's guest, are you?
I've got the invite, so yeah, I think everybody who's got an invite is essentially a guest of the Black Veils.
Sorry, what I meant is a +1 of the Black Veils. These guys are actually our +1s.
No. I've got a separate invite specifically for Kumo Ryu. They always send one representative down.
Yes, and
So
I'm coming from you. So should me and Takami not know you guys? That way, because we're on a separate party and a completely separate.
No,
situation.
I think that what we need to do is give a message back to Imara saying that this is how we are going to be announced. We are, and this is it. Yes, we are going to go as essentially couples, with +1s, but otherwise it is that we are simply doing this as a night off, and this is who we are. But anyone will see through the truth if we try and hide it.
Look, I'm not necessarily happy about this, but the fact that I'm Mara's, whatever you want to call it.
Date?
Yeah, I'm her date. Well, yeah, technically, yeah, but let's not get into it. And the fact that everyone is, not everyone, but like we've been seen around town. I think we have license to be there. I think there's just going to be an understanding that through that thing, me being with Mara is probably going to not raise too much suspicion. Who the fuck do I? What do I know though? That's
Look,
kind of
one additional fact. Maybe we can all choose whether it is something we say or not. If it comes up, we are also here because we are looking to expand as a business and create another office in Union City, and therefore we are there to network, find if anyone has any property, all those things. But again, that can be in addition. We are simply there to enjoy the party.
Speaking of network, like we could say we're networking, but it might actually be a good opportunity for us to network the Planar Detective. Does anyone have any extra cards? Because I just
look. I tell you what. Tomorrow, let me draw up as many as I can, and I will distribute them between all of you. I'm sure in the time I can just spend that time doing it, and we can distribute them out, 10 or so each, and then we can use them as we need.
Yeah. Okay.
Great. I don't know about you, but I am eager for tomorrow. I am excited, so I'm going to get some sleep, and then I will start on the cards in the morning.
Good. So I bridged a room down the hall, just in case any of you get into trouble. So if you need anything, I'm room 5.
There will be a lot of noise if we get into trouble, so sure.
I imagine so. I've heard Edgius squeal before, it's fine.
Huh? Sorry, I was distracted looking at the grain on the floorboards. It's just magnificent.
Very good. As you all bed down then for the evening, Takami retreats to her room, and I think that is the perfect place for us to take a very, very swift break, and I'm going to say very swift, because I would like us all back here sort of fairly soon. We've still got a fair bit to get through tonight, so yeah. We'll take a quick 10-minute break, and then we will be back to see what happens at the ball. So thank you all for joining us for the first half. Hope you've enjoyed it so far. A lot of fun already. Let's see what this masquerade ball has in store. See you in a few. Fucking operation. There we go.
I'm great at this. This is brilliant.
It's alright. We were all hitting fucking wrong buttons everywhere there. I think I was talking before we even come back. Jesus. Oh, thank you very much. We're all together again. We love you.
Hello.
Welcome.
Perfect
you joined
timing.
us at the fun bit as well. Yes, just coming back from our break. So thank you very much. ATK there. Great to have you in the chats. And to everybody else that's just joined, feel free to say hi in the chat. We don't bite. Danny does a little bit, but don't worry about that. You'll enjoy it after the first time. Only if you ask, indeed. So we come back then after our break, having bedded down for the evening. I'm going to say for the majority of the next day you spend just preparing. Yes, indeed, roll together, perfect timing once again. So thank you so much. We really do appreciate the love. Cool. Yes, you then spend the most of the next day just preparing yourselves. Jewel, you said you were creating some cards and stuff and making sure the business cards were there. Takami, sort of halfway through the day, she's been with you just sort of hovering around, small talk, those sorts of things. She then goes, right, well, I suppose I best go get ready. Edgius, I will meet you downstairs in about 2 hours, 3 hours. Just about sunset.
Yep, that sounds good. As she says this, Edgius is trialing a new way of hiding weapons by going from bone, putting his katana down his back, and then shifting into skin and seeing if he can hide it within his own skin. So that while we're at the party, I can have my katana down my back, and make it just look like
here's the thing.
A strange spine.
Yeah, your spine needs to bend. So I'll say the first time you do that, you then just. This is awkward.
No. Edge's just going to keep it, actually, and he's just going to walk around like Michael Keaton Batman, rotating like, like at the neck, kind of vibe. And Edge's is going to keep it. He's keeping it in his back, locked and loaded.
Very good. No worries whatsoever. Cavern. Mid to late afternoon, there is an envoy that comes calling for you. And Rurik sort of makes his way up to the room, bangs on the door. Cavern, I know you're in there. Somebody downstairs to collect you. Time for you to go.
Okay, is it just me, or we're all going, right? It's the whole group going together.
No, this is just for you. Some Black Veil's here for you, apparently. Who did you piss off this time?
I mean, I don't know. Who knows? All right, guys. I'm gonna do my thing. I'll get there, however the plan is for me to get there, and I guess I'll see you there. Let's do what we said. Good luck, and we'll see you soon.
And you,
Kevin backs out of the room.
We'll see you soon.
See you soon, buddy.
Yeah. See you soon. Okay, I'm ready. We're downstairs.
Yes, downstairs, straight out the door. There's a lovely carriage for you. You'll enjoy it.
All right. Yeah, I'm carrying
leave
my.
Leave them alone, woman. Fuck's sake.
Yeah. I'm carrying my my suit of clothes. Right. Okay. Let me. So, hi. You're. Where are we going? What's the plan?
I am here to take you up tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go.
Dress, and you will escort her into the ball. Please do follow me.
I know. Yeah, I know the plan. And I follow him.
This very more shadow elf-esque individual leads you onto this sort of carriage, sort of ushers you into the back where it's just yourself seated, and then whips the horses and off you go up to the top tier of the city. Thank you so much for all the follows coming in, by the way. This is amazing. Love you all. Cool. The rest of you are then left in the room, and there is a knock later on, and then your outfits are brought into you by little Timmy, who's sort of just there carrying them all. Just like, hey, I brought these for you. Sorry, Mr. Edges. Just sort of throws them on the floor.
How are you doing today?
Oh God, you're still so creepy.
He does not change,
Couldn't
I'm
find
afraid,
Caleb.
Timmy.
You couldn't find Caleb?
Yeah.
Well, that's how
Couldn't
that's
find
succeeded.
Caleb.
Wait. Why couldn't you find him?
Well, I went up to the family, Aaron Els, and they didn't know where I was. So I just left a message with them.
Did they say where he would, they said he'd gone missing or something, little Timmy? Come on now, I need
No,
specifics.
they
not
said he was
vagaries,
probably getting
Timmy.
ready for the ball, and he would meet you there.
You should have led with that, Timmy. God, man, this is not why I pay you the big bucks, Timmy. This is not why I pay you the big bucks. You're off form today, man. You're off form.
Sorry.
It's all right. I forgive you. Thank you for the outfits. I appreciate it. Here is one gold for you. Actually, Kevin, do you have that bronze?
Kevin's gone.
Kevin isn't here. Kevin's gone.
Shit! Where did he go? Oh, I guess with this rotating thing, he must have been behind me.
Yeah.
Then. I didn't see it. Okay. Well, fuck. Okay. Here's a gold for you, Timmy, and Timmy. We're gonna, if you see anything strange, post yourself outside the location where the Black Veil Bowl is happening. And if you see anything strange, sneak your way in through the serving quarters and come let me know. If you can.
Okay. It's up at the Silver Song Theatre. I can do that.
Well, do you know what? That's perfect. And just make sure, if you do sneak in, that if you get caught, you were delivering the message. You were sneaking in to tell Caleb Eleneth something, not me, Edgius. Got it?
Eleneth, that's the one, not Aranel.
Yes, there we go. Perfect. Well, you're. God, Timmy, you're fucking great. I'm gonna ruffle his little hair. Go on, Timmy.
I just
Get out of here, you little
Okay.
toe rag. Go on
Bye.
off, you guy. Bye, Timmy. Post yourself up outside. Catch you on the flip side.
Just runs down, trips down the bottom step, like, and then runs out the
Watch
door.
this step. Oh, okay, never mind.
Very good.
Lex,
So
I think
as
this
you
is for
take
you.
out your
Jewel, this is for you.
As you take out your outfits, then, Jewel, you are graced with a beautiful violet ball gown that accentuates the fur, your Black Panther fur, perfectly. There is a pretty provocative slit at the side, but it has been styled in such a way that it doesn't reveal anything and allows you full movement should you need to dash or make very quick movements. There is a bodice to it, but it is by no means as restrictive as a corset. There's no whalebones or anything like that. It is laced up again in a way that allows you full freedom of movement should you see fit. And you are greeted with a violet snake-like mask as well.
Nice. I take it there's no way to obviously take the cloak. Then I will put the cloak into my bag. And will also go, if you don't mind, gentlemen, I am going to ask if I can change into Kami's room.
Oh, totally.
In her room?
She will exit to go and change there.
Very good. So you knock on the door and Takami does open it, and without spoiling anything, you are sort of breathless as Takami does answer the door, as her total demeanour, attire, everything has changed quite dramatically. But we will talk about that more later. Lex, you unzip this sort of, or say unbutton this suit bag to find a crisp, pristine black tuxedo that has got, rather than the silky black lines that go down the trousers, there is a subtle violet sheen to the jacket, and then to these silk lines that come down the edge of the trousers, a pair of patent black Cuban heels still, but patent black this time, and a violet bow tie along with a midnight blue / violet cat mask.
Nice.
You also then find a little strange bundle of clothes, which you then very quickly realise is meant to go on Cog. It's a tiny little black waistcoat and bow tie, but it's all connected, so you can just loop it around the wings and around the legs and do it up.
Oh, that's so cute. I'm putting that on first. So, cut.
On you?
So I'll take Cog.
That's so strange.
Just go with the Cog. It's for the occasion, and then I'll put it on him. Look at him.
Cog sort of
waistcoat.
The eye tries to revolve round, but his whole body is the eye, so eventually just flutters over to a mirror and starts voguing in the mirror in its mechanical ways with wings and 2 legs. Cog's quite happy.
What it worries me is now I'm going to put on this fancy suit. I've not got my magical shoes and my magical suit on, so I'm disadvantaged. It's somewhat.
Cool.
God, my hit points drop when I take the coat off. Fucking hell.
Indeed. Edius, as you sort of unzip your outfit, you find a pastel green suit. And it has been, as you sort of look at it, there's a shimmer to the material, and there's a little note sort of left inside, which is signed Ephraim, which is the tailor from before. And the note reads, "I spoke to Gibby and apologised. He said made this little suggestion, which I thought would be worth it. Your suit has magic inlaid. When you shift, choose the outfit you'd like."
Edgius, before he takes off his jacket, is going to tap his Arcanist patch, which is a band logo that he signed on, and cast Mage Armor on himself for the next 8 hours.
Very good.
And then he is going to keep his vest of Vivid Verse on, and just put like the shirt underneath, put the like suit jacket on top. And like while he's doing this, he's saying, he's like, I don't know why Jewel left. We've literally all been changing together in that tiny little attic in Dryad's Gate for like weeks now. I don't know what Jewel thinks we're hiding at this. We literally saw Callum's dick every morning. Literally every morning. I don't know what game of hide and seek we're playing at this point, but it's getting strange. And yeah, I'll take over. I've got my katana in my skin with my shards, with my Star Touch crystal in it, and my outer edge shard in it. I'll make sure I put on my ring of my deal ring, and I'll put that on, and I'll shift into my Mr. T type look, with my thick red mohawk, dark complexion, huge rippling muscles that even through a suit that is well tailored are evident. Pecs kind of, just like just popping all over the place. Yeah, just looking huge. And yeah.
And what you do notice is as you shift, the suit shifts itself, so it's still perfectly tailored at all times. And sort of frames you perfectly in this moment.
You casting mage armor on yourself has made me realise that I haven't cast aid on us, so I'll cast aid on me, Edgius, and Jewel. So that's an extra 10 hit points ready for the ball.
Fuck yeah!
Assuming the ball is within
Lovely.
8 hours, right? The ball is within 8 hours. Yeah, good.
Yep.
Heck yeah!
Very good.
Not that I'm paranoid
as you
about it or
all
anything.
finish getting ready, is there anything else anybody wishes to prepare?
I will, just because Jewel is a little bit low on the old hit pointies. This one started losing. Oh, actually, no. Sorry, my apologies. It's something that only lasts a minute. Never mind. I take that back.
I know we were told, I think we were told not to. Can Jewel still find something in the dress that would be that, or even just use some of her own stuff to clamp a dagger to her upper thigh?
Yeah. Takami helps you with a garter, effectively, on
Yeah.
your upper thigh and tucks a dagger into it. And she looks at you and says, yeah, that's smart. I'd probably do that too.
It is not even for what we are intending to see, but more, we are simply around that many people. I do not like it.
Oh, no. Given what you say, I probably want a weapon by my side as well.
I will clarify, it is the Dusk Dagger.
Yeah, very good.
Do you think it would be okay if I took my bag of holding, Edges? Do you think it goes with the social protocols?
I mean, look, I have an alternate option for you. Did you ever learn in your time as a I don't know what you are. In your time as being what you are, the spell Minor Illusion?
Nah, I have no need for that.
Well, I've got it as a cantrip, so I mean, as long as you stay near me when we enter the gate, I should be able to Minor Illusion the fact that it's not there. Kind of just camouflage that away. So when we enter, if you enter with me, I can be doing that constantly for as long as need be. And you've got to be intelligent to notice it. It's an intelligence thing. It's one of those things where
I suppose it is just a bag. People go to parties with bags, right?
That is true. You could just have a clutch. How big is it? I've never actually seen your bag of holding. You always just reach onto the inside pocket of your jacket.
Yeah, I kind of have it. Like how a gun holster sits just here below the. I've kind of got it just below the tit, so I can reach in like. So does it look silly? Does it look silly under the tux, or does it look natural? If so, I'll just keep it where it is.
Turn to your
There's
right
a slight
ever so
bump.
slightly.
There's a slight bump. I could turn it into
So
a
there's a
fanny
slight
pack.
bump in the suit, but Edgius can...
At this angle, I'd say there's a small bump, but if you shift to your left, put your arm ever so slightly across your body, and then tilt your head to the right, I think if you just walk like that, you should be fine. I think the bump is... I think the bump...
The last thing that anyone's going to look at if you're walking like that.
Which is exactly
very
what
conspicuous.
Aegis is thinking in his head. It's not disguising the bump at all, but it's definitely giving him an air of questionability that takes the eyes away from the bump.
I'll just go with it. I'll go with it. And I'll always make sure Jewel
Very
is on
good,
that
then.
side. It's fine.
Edgius, Lex, there is then a softer knock on your door.
No
come in.
housekeeping. Oh, sorry. Just habit.
Open the fucking door, Edgius.
Open the
I'll
door.
do it.
And as you open the door, you there see Takami and Jewel stood before you. Now, Takami is in this pastel blue dress that comes just off the shoulders. Is a little bit low cut, has these pink details to it that are very East Asian, Japanesey inspired. She's got feathers tied through her hair, and rather than a mask of sorts, she is painted onto her face this mask type effect. These blue lines that make it look like she's got a more traditional masquerade mask on. Her pointed ears sort of poke out beneath this flowing hairdo that she's got. She's sort of tied it up behind, but then it flows down the back, and there's these two sort of bits of locks of hair that swoop around her shoulders and just frame her face and her shoulders beautifully. She has this necklace around her neck, blue again, but at the center there is an amethyst crystal or an amethyst gemstone embedded into this necklace.
Everyone feels Aegeus hold his breath, and everyone kind of gets a little moment of like breathlessness as Aegeus is like,
Yeah, you don't look so bad yourself too.
huh? Oh, also, DM, what mask did I get?
Yes, that's
Skull
a
mask,
very
innit?
good point. You did. You got a white, but with sort of pastel blue and green lines around it. A very, as described previously, Cinco de Mayo mask.
Cool, perfect, awesome. Jewel,
Yes, Aegeus? Aegeus, I think that is the first time that I have seen you speechless.
Well,
It looks good on you.
can I just say, Carmi, you're the person who keeps Edgius silent more than anyone I have ever met, so please keep that up. And I think what Edgius is trying to say, Jewel, goddamn.
Yep.
Then Lex, shall we?
Indeed.
Oh, yeah, I'm your... Oh... am I picking up on your nervousness, Edgius? 'Cause I'm feeling a bit awkward.
I'm
No.
not sure if it's you or me, but it feels like the signal's bouncing back and forth right now a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Takami's just gonna then, in a very low whisper, "Will you two get your shit together?"
Yep.
I will
Takami, I have
follow
been
your
trying
lead.
for weeks.
And I will link arms
How
like
you
we're
put
about
up
to do
with
a
these,
dosey do.
honestly. Very good. So you do link elbows, and at this point, Rurik's just about to come trudging up the stairs. Oh, you are ready. Wow, Jewel, beautiful. Takami was it? Oh, Edgius, you've exceeded yourself, my friend.
My guy. Boom.
Your carriages await. And he sort of does this fake bow and then bumps his nose on the floor. Just ow. Oh.
A lot of
hardwood.
that going around. Yeah, a lot of that going around.
Yeah. Well, your carriages await, please. Best not to be late for this ball.
Cool. Aegis will put his arm around Takami, like kind of like a rocker, like high school, like edgelord boyfriend.
She just sort of elbows you out the way, grabs your arm, loops hers round it. If you embarrass me tonight, I'm gonna kick the shit out of you.
Oh, just wait till they introduce us.
Sorry, that was the most nerdy laugh I've ever done on stream, but fuck me.
Jules gonna lean to Lex and like, 20-1 on Takami.
I think Edgius is gonna get the shit kicked out of him before we even get there.
I'm glad you have the same
Descend the
mind.
stairs, and there are these two midnight black carriages that await you. Footmen, horses, the full regalia's there. Sort of hold the door open for the four of you. And then, so 2 of you in each carriage, so to speak, the 2 couples, and then you begin to trundle your way up the hill, and you join this procession of carriages. And as you approach this theatre hall, grand theatre hall, you notice there are a number of buildings that are sort of situated side or adjacent to this as well and connected to it. There's what looks like a greenhouse of sorts. There's a big grand balcony. This theatre is huge. You are then led around sort of this circular driveway, if you like, where the carriages pull up. You are escorted out and towards the door, where a number of then staff members just sort of beckon and usher you through the various corridors into the main hall. You get to a point where an individual is there with a piece of parchment and just sort of writing down, and sees you all approaching and says, "Invitation, please, and how would you like to be introduced by the maitre d'?" We will say Jewel and Lex are the first couple.
Oh, okay. Ladies first, obviously.
Good evening. Jewel of Shadows, part of the Planar Detective Agency.
Very good. Thank you very much, my lady. And your gentleman friend here, sir.
I am Lex Ordo, first of his name, master in training of the Great Equation, and manipulator of fates.
Show off.
I'm gonna have to write that down.
I am going to have to write that down.
Well, I've been easy on you. Edges has got about 4 or 5 pages.
Lex Ordo. First. His name. What was the rest?
Master in training of the Great Equation. I'll change manipulator of fate to manipulator of probability. That sounds less egotistical.
Manipulator.
Oh, yeah, sure. That really helps that.
Very good. And he finishes writing that down in a fine title, my friend. Please.
Lex for short. Yeah.
Lex for short. Fantastic. And you're two, and Takami sort of takes the invitation and hands it over. Says, Mr. Takami Ito of Kumario, defender of Kumario. That's all that's needed. Edgius, I'm assuming you slide over a piece of paper.
I was gonna say he holds it in his hand and like daps him up and like gives it to him in like a handshake and is like, "This is all you need, my guy." As we go past this dude, Edgius is gonna turn to Takami and be like, "Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm not sure how aware you were of this, but I forgot that the staff aren't going to be able to say much tonight. The Black Veils typically cut the tongues out of the mouths of their staff because they don't want to spill secrets. It makes you see the mouth guards of look at that guy over there. See how his mouth is covered? They cut the tongues out, or at least that's what I heard once, a long time ago.
Is that canon, Matthew?
He's had dental surgery. He's an orc. It's one of his tusks removed.
Oh, my bad. That's
Fine detective here.
I just heard something once and I put pieces together in my mind. I guess I'm sorry. That was
And
You
that's
jumped
how
over 2 and 2 and
conspiracies
made
start.
16. Yeah, sure. This sounds like the type of misinformation the Black Veils like, though. So I don't know. Go with it. And you are ushered through.
That's a good point.
Lex,
You join this grand. Go on.
Lex, if there are any balconies over the party, I may split off and see if I can take an aerial view at any time. But of course, I know that we want to stick together.
Yeah, I'll tell people you're powdering your tail or whatever.
Sure. Also, let's keep an eye out for Kevin. I can't wait to see him.
He'll be the guy on a leash.
Yeah.
That was good, Lex. I heard that from back here. That was funny.
I wonder where the leash
And again,
is.
Edgius
on
gets
him.
elbowed. Like, stop it. Fucking, will you be serious?
Absolutely not.
As you join this procession, then you can see you sort of slow down as the maitre d' begins introducing people, and as you sort of step forward, this grand voice sort of speaks out. Lord Howard Dunford, senior engineer of House Durnford, accompanied by Lord Marcus Fenroe of House Fenroe, purveyor of the royal vineyards of Thalissa. Sort of they step down, the next couple step up. Lord Gunnar Varrickson, accompanied by Duchess Alara Winthrop of Rosendum, patron of the arts and benefactor to the Athenaeum Archives. Baron Tobias Grimsdale, advisor to the Harmonic Legion and former senior military official. Viscount Silas Vaughan, envoy of Culloden, accompanied by Lady Vivienne Delacourt, matriarch of... I'm sorry, my dear, we didn't get that. No, just skip it. And these two wander down. Very well. Sir Roland Ashforth, a young knight. This is all... We need to have words. You need to get these sorted out. Sir Roland Ashforth, famed knight of the land, we shall say. And this knight sort of looks a bit embarrassed, but sort of wanders through, bows. Very well. Countess Mirabelle Blackwater, cousin to the Black Veil family, discoverer of the draconic etchings of Union City. Master Halston Quiver, merchant to the families and trades of Union City. As I roll down.
It's funnier that he wrote
Lord
all of
Bran...
these names down.
Yeah.
I did, yeah. Lord Bran Thornhart, accompanied by Lady Amelia Varsdale, philanthropist and mining aficionado, supporting the local orphanages tonight. Sir Horace Grendale, financier of the Union City Bank, accompanied by Baroness Celine Varkis. Sir Gareth Morwen, the famed Fang, master of monsters and explorer extraordinaire. Lady Aranel Eleneth of House Eleneth, accompanied by her nephew Master Calum Eleneth. And at this point, you see two people in front of you, Jewel and Lex, step down and wander in. And as you two then step up, Miss Jewel of Shadows of the Planar Detective Agency, accompanied by Master Lex Ordo, first of his name... That's a long title just there. First of his name... And I've lost where I wrote it. Literally wrote it down a minute ago. Ah, there we go, right in front of my face. First of his name, Master in Training of the Great Equation and Manipulator of Probabilities?
And I'll do a really eloquent over-the-top bow.
Joel does a very elegant,
Edgiest.
just, curtsy, and then just whispers,
and then I'll just go,
"You're an idiot!"
And then after he's finished, I'll go, and Cog. And then just hold Cog up.
And indeed, Cog, Edgius, you just feel Takami tense up next to you, and there's just this look of... Oh, God.
It's going well. They're doing so good.
Yeah, it's going really, really well. Look, we're next. Don't
It's our
fuck
turn.
this
It's our
up,
turn.
whatever you do.
Yeah, you don't fuck it up.
Okay, and you both step forward. Mistress Takami Ito, defender of Kumo Rio, accompanied out of the eastern door, a mixed medium artist holding a professional record, 10 Enowith #1 singles, and 1 flop album. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 145 pounds, singing out of Union City, Enowith, presenting the former Gold Harp Award nominee, Dryad's Gate's most influential artist of 2171, and the number 37 ranked bard in the world, Edgius Bones Jones.
What's up, everyone? What is up? We are in the house. What is up?
Takami just goes. She is down the stairs. She is fucking gone. Just, I'm
Dave, my guy. What's up? Hey, Harold. What's
Nice.
poppin', homie?
Jill
As I
splits
just
from
walk
legs
down the
and just goes
stairs.
straight on with Takami like, why on earth did we even invite the two of them?
I'm starting to think I should have invited you as my date.
Cool.
I think it would have gone a lot
So a
better.
number of other individuals get introduced at this point, and then there is a grand bell that sounds. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to introduce our most honoured guests for this evening. The Princesses Johanna Splinterthorn, heir to the throne of Nylin, Theodora Splinterthorn, beauty of the Summer Court, and Raven Splinterthorn, voice of the Nine Gates, accompanied by Lady Thalthea Nalakutha, Draconian Knight of Nylin, and Lady Micaiah Paynor, Baroness of the Twin Cities. As these three very different but very beautiful princesses descend the stairs, followed by a female Goliath and a female elf. The female elf has these 3 scratch marks across her face, sort of scars. The female Goliath is adorned in ceremonial armour, as the only other individual apart from the 2 knights who is wearing any form of armour. They're all very, very ceremonial. Now, the 3 princesses, one is dressed in sort of a green dress, one in a bright blue dress, and the other in a black dress, each sort of setting off their different styles and looks. And then there is finally what sounds like a large gong sounds off. Loud gong, I've done it again. Loud gong, not dong this time, which is the previous mistake I'd made in
Definitely
campaign
not
2.
a large dog.
Not a large dong. A loud gong sounds. Ladies and gentlemen, if I may have your attention, please. Our hostess for this evening and proprietor of the Black Veil Ball, please let me introduce Mistress Mara Blackveil of House Blackveil, accompanied by Master Cavan Buckland of Union City and also of the Planar Detective Agency.
You see, Aegis, that is
Mara-
how you are meant to be announced. Not like you are on the top of a pillar.
Mara descends the stairs in this beautiful indigo ball gown. Very low cut. The mask is this very extravagant masquerade style mask, also in this indigo colour. She also has feathers braided throughout her hair. Wearing very, very high heels that again accentuate the calves in her legs. And on her arm is Cavan. But Cavan as you have not seen him before. The hair is tied back in a very, very neat ponytail. The beard has been trimmed down. The bandana is gone. There is another extravagant black mask on his face, and he wears this crisp tuxedo, a midnight blue velvet blazer with a black bow tie over black trousers, a crisp white shirt, and underneath you can see a black waistcoat as well, and these patent black shoes. As they both descend down the stairs and see everyone. And there is a moment where Mara just sort of leans into the maitre d' and he goes, "Excuse me, sorry, I am mistaken. Mistress Mara Blackveil accompanied by Cavan Buckland's non-lord, non-knight, commoner of Union City, former orphan of the Order of the Right Hand."
And I turn to Mara and I say, "Thank you." And I kind of straighten up, look around, and stride forward with Mara in my arm.
And there is a moment as you both descend down the stairs where everybody breaks out into applause, and there's a look of sort of surprise, and then people get into it, and sort of the applause gets louder and louder, and there's a number of folks approach you, Cavan, and begin to sort of shake your hand and introduce themselves. The ball begins, and there is a lot of mingling. There's drinks being had, and various different groups begin to form. So I'll allow you a bit of freedom at this moment, folks. What do we want to do?
Can I just say above table, of Bodhi and Tom, because you won't know, the 3 princesses are my daughters from campaign 1.
And
Yes,
the Goliath
And-
in the ceremonial armor is the daughter of my character,
Amazing.
which was awesome.
I'll put chuff for that callback.
Absolutely
Fun
brilliant.
night.
I was like, it's not because he's not even like a throwback to the campaign because they weren't really in it, but it connects and I love it. I'm absolutely
That's
here
awesome.
for it. And if it was anything else, Jewel would be going to go and talk to them immediately, but doesn't know them, so won't.
Very good.
Right, let's divide and conquer.
Well, first of all, your perception is a million times better than mine. Who automatically looks suspicious to you, other than me and you?
Aegeus.
Yes.
No, sorry, I was just saying. I'm sorry. No, I understand what you mean. And she takes a scan of the room.
You just said my name and just
So
said
you see-
respond. Okay.
So you take a scan of the room, and there's a number of individuals. You see 2 of the lords seem to be engaged in quite a tense conversation over by a large curtain. You see the individual that was introduced as Lord Varrickson sort of bows, kisses the hand of his date for the evening, and then exits. There is a mini wine tasting session going on. The young knight, Sir Roland Ashford, is already a little bit inebriated, drunk. He's a little bit pissed. And is sort of very vocal and loud of his exploits.
I can't even say it.
And at this point, Sir Gareth Morwen also comes across and says, "Oh yes, I once fought one of those as well, and yes, have you ever fought a giant? I once felled a stone giant. It was spectacular." And there's all they basically start dick measuring over who's defeated the which creature and bits like that. The Eleneths sort of move out to the conservatory. Accompanied by a number of other folks, and they're sort of talking about the different plants. Looks like they may be discussing a little bit about botany. There is one individual as well who when I can get the name, so Lady Amelia Varsdale, as I introduced her, sorry, is talking about the orphanages that she supports. She is the one that is accompanying Bran Thornheart, the master of the mines, basically, and the leader of House Thornheart. Countess Mirabelle Blackwater approaches Cavan and Mara, and she just wanders straight up to Mara. "My darling cousin, you look exquisite. And your date, so interesting, so handsome. Hello, Master Cavan. I am Mirabelle Blackwater."
Cavan, yeah. When you say interesting, what did you mean by that?
You're
You don't have to answer.
right?
Don't. You don't have to answer. You don't have to
No.
answer. And I look to Mara and I'm like,
Please, no. Do not be embarrassed. It is lovely that we are not all cucumber riding nobles, if you catch my drift.
I don't know what you mean at all. Just say what you want to
Everybody
say.
is so stiff. Everybody is very stiff and
Yeah. Okay.
on point, shall we say. It's nice to have somebody who is not not that much of a prick. No offense, my cousin. And Mara's just going to say, "By all means, cousin, this is not an insult. Cavan is an old friend of mine. A very good friend as well."
I lean into Mara and I say, I thought it was gonna be all. You know what? I like her. I'm gonna go buy her a drink. You mind if I separate and I turn to, what's her name?
Mirabelle?
Yeah, Maribel, and I say, shots?
Ma is going to
Alright.
chuckle. Well, you don't have to buy the shots, my dear, but yes, why not? Let's get started early.
Let's get started. And I turn to Mara, and to Mara, and I say, yeah, we'll circle back. See you when I see you, I guess, and
I will see you soon, my love.
yeah.
And you see Mirabelle just sort of look at her and lean in, and the parting word you hear as you wander off is, please tell me about this handsome young man. And they wander off and sort of do the typical girls' chat and gossiping. A number of individuals approach Mara and sort of thank her, and you wander up to where there's this grand table laid with an assortment of beverages, and you're looking for sort of one of the staff members, and one just sort of leans in, a half-orc individual. What can I get you, mate?
I'll tell you what, get me something stiff right now, and then 3 shooters that you can put on a... I don't think I can carry them, just a little... Do you have a little tray or something like that?
I got a little
And actually,
for you here.
Yeah, and a chaser as well, with that shooter.
Very good. Pause. Sort of a large whiskey for you. You look like you might be needing this, my friend.
Do I? Well, what do you mean by that?
Well, everyone around here is of certain stations, and you're not.
Ooh, shots
Yeah,
fired.
you're right. Yeah, you're
It's not an insult, my friend. If anything,
No,
I
you know
prefer
what, I'm
your
not-
company to anybody else here.
And I raise my glass to him and I say, I'm not sure if you're allowed to drink, but if you are, I'll wait.
I'm not, but I appreciate it. I will bow to your graciousness. Grace? Fuck, I don't belong
Down-
here either.
Down the hatch. Slam it on the table. Look around.
Number of
Yeah, those 3 shots.
At this point, an individual, sort of human individual, wanders up to you and... Well, that's not the way it's usually done, my friend, but I'll have one of those too, if you don't mind. Sorry, Cavan, wasn't it? A fine introduction. I'm Silas Vaughan, Viscount, Envoy of Caladin. A pleasure to meet you, sir.
Yeah, no, it's fine. What's your name, Silas? What do your friends call you?
Silas, yes. Silas.
Silas. Okay. Yeah. So, I don't know how it's usually done around here, and you're right. I probably don't belong here, so enjoy.
Let's not worry about that, my friend, but look around. You will see. And you see everybody is there with sort of dainty holds on glasses, just sort of sipping from what looks like champagne flutes or wine glasses. There's the occasional person that does sort of ask for a custom drink, which is then brought to them not long after. And he just sort of leans in between you and I. I'm more partial to the stiffer drink as well. A whiskey. Another one for yourself?
Yeah, make it 2, please.
hand you a
So,
whiskey.
and I'm starting to think. I'm putting my Planar Detective Agency hat on at this point, and I'm saying, so, yeah, you don't fit in either, do you? I mean, you do, and you are, but come on, man. This is, I mean, what level of bullshit is this for you?
Oh, it's a lot of bullshit. I am here simply as an envoy of a distant kingdom. The northeast of Enoweth. I don't know how far you've travelled, but Caladin is sort of the other side of the Aethenir Peaks, so it's been a long journey to get here, and I'm looking forward to when the rest of these toffs loosen up and the real party can begin, shall we say.
Yeah, so what does the real party look like?
Oh, well, not this stiff small talk, but people having a bit more fun, shall we say.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, it's not me either. I don't. I'm just not good at this. I don't know what to say. Half the shit that you just told me about Tufts and Viscounts and all this. Yeah, whatever.
A word of advice, Cavan. Stick close to your lady friend. And that is your inn, if you understand what I mean. Nobody will touch you. Nobody will question you why you are near Mara.
Yeah, I don't care. I prepared myself for this, and so that's not a big thing for me. But I get what you're saying. No, it's not.
There's a lot of individuals in this room that would kill to be in your position.
Yeah, well, when you say kill, that's just a turn of phrase, right?
Oh, absolutely. Mara is just a rather eligible bachelorette, shall we say. Hot property, if you like.
Yeah. Okay. Well, she's also my date, so she's. Let's maybe use one of those more formal words instead of hot property. I think that would be more appropriate here.
No offense meant, my friend. No offense.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Listen, I'll circle back to you maybe, but yeah.
A pleasure.
Thanks for the drink.
I can see you are itching to go. No, thank you. And you sort of pick up the 3 shooters, the chaser, and wander back over to sort of find Mara. Jewel, where are you in this moment?
So Jewel has been keeping that eye out, but then says to Lex, I think I'm going to follow where those other individuals are going, check if there is anything happening, private meetings or anything. Forgive me, I will be back as soon as I can. So she then wants to wander off, go past one of the waiting staff and grab a champagne flute, walk off and is going to try and sort of blend in, smile at a few people, not like she's like darting straight towards it, but trying to follow some of these people who might be like have suddenly just darted straight off as they arrived. Is there a private party happening somewhere, a private meeting, anything like people are just being like shoved through a door or anything? So that's what she's looking for.
Make me a perception check, please.
Okay. That's pretty shite. 16.
16. So you don't necessarily see a private party. There's a number of individuals sort of in different areas. There's a few people in the conservatory on the balcony, in the main hall. There's a lot of buzz around the princesses. You do catch at one moment 2 individuals sneak out from behind one of the curtains, and sort of there's a blush on the lady's face, and you see that it is Lady Vivian Delacourt, who had been accompanying the Viscount Silas with Lord Fenro, who was sort of the, not date, but guest of Lord Durnford. So Marcus Fenro, the purveyor of the vineyards, sort of sneaks out from behind this curtain with Lady Delacourt. And that's a human and a halfling, I should say. The human is Marcus Fenro. Sorry, he is a tiefling, and she is a halfling.
And that was the guest of the Durnfords, and
So guest of the Durnfords, and the +1 of the Viscount, so the one that has just been chatting to Cavan.
Who was connected with which family? I don't know whether
he's
an
envoy of the city of Caladon, so he's not connected with any family.
Yeah, okay. Not seeing that. There's no like. Well, presumably there's plenty of doors here with people in front to stop anyone going elsewhere in the building.
There's a lot of roped off doors as well. Yeah.
But Jewel hasn't seen anyone, being given passage past any of these that aren't members of staff. I'm guessing.
No. Sorry, you rolled a 16, didn't you? So no, you've not seen any.
Yeah, no. It was pretty crap. No, that's fine. So after after wandering around there, would circle back to where Lex was and to find out if he's seen anything.
Lex, then, what are you doing, sir?
So when you was announcing everybody, what piqued Lex's interest, you know that woman who was going to be announced where she was from, and she was like, nah, don't say it.
Lady Delacourt.
Yes.
So the one that's just snuck out from behind a curtain.
She's just snuck out from behind a curtain.
Well, the Jewel saw.
She's the one that's just... Yeah, Jewel has just seen her sneak out from behind a curtain, so you can make me a perception check.
Yeah, she's definitely just taken some drugs.
Well, it's with someone else, so...
Yeah,
Perception,
she
fuck
was
a duck.
accompanied by...
I'm good. I rolled a 4.
A 4. So you're looking around for this individual and you can't see her, but then all of a sudden she's just sort of popped up like 2 feet away from you. And there she is, this halfling individual in a sort of pinkish ball gown with almost a wolf-like mask.
I would like to approach her, and I'll be like, good evening. And I'll do a really low bow because I had the one I had to do for Mara, so like a stupidly low bow.
Are you
I didn't
alright,
catch
dear?
where you were from. Yeah, I just wanted to introduce myself. I didn't quite catch who you were when you were being announced. I just wanted to make sure
Sorry,
we
dear
introduced ourselves
boy.
properly.
I'm Lady Vivienne Delacourt. I am from... Well, I am not far from Culloden. I am from... And I need to pull the map up, because I've just totally fucking forgotten which the city was. So bear with me just a
You
second.
can say whatever you want, Matt. We'll believe you.
Yeah.
I can't, because I know exactly where it is.
Because
and
annoyingly,
I had
you
the
created a
that
map.
part of the area in my head. Yeah. And I know these cities, but it's just one of those moments where it's...
It's not like you've given us
sorry, I
a
am-
wealth of information recently.
Yeah. Sorry, dear. I am Lady Delacourt. I am from Nunland, not far from Culloden.
And how do you know Black Veils? Do you trade with this city often?
I don't actually. It is my date, I suppose. Silas. Well, I don't suppose you've seen him anywhere, have you? He invited me.
I've lost my date too, which is why I thought me and you could surrogate for each other until they return.
Oh. So forward.
Or was that a bit presumptuous? I'm sorry. I'm not good at small talk.
Indeed. Sorry, your date was...
Jewel of Shadows. You might have seen that really attractive-looking panther lady.
Oh, yes, she is quite beautiful. You've not lost her at all. I'm sure she will be back for you. You don't want to be messing with little old me.
Anywho, you were saying your date. How you know the Black Veils?
Yes, I don't know the Black Veils. I am connected to the city of Culloden. We are something of a trade partner, and Silas Vaughan, well, he is a friend of my family, and, well, yes, I managed to... I talked my way into an invitation, shall we say. He needed a +1, and I was oh so willing. There are folks here I know of, I wish to catch up with. Indeed, I have caught up with some of them already.
Yeah, I'm treating it as a bit of a networking event myself, actually. So maybe we can
You are
introduce
new in
ourselves to
this
mutual
city.
friends later on. I'm quite new. Yeah, I'm here with some old stalwarts of the city, but yeah, I'm quite new. But I'm trying to expand my business into the city.
And your business is?
An investigation service.
Oh, private investigators?
Yeah, kind of like that. So if you've lost something, or we help with like lost children, that sort of thing.
for lost children, you must meet my friend. Please do come and meet. Ilara? No, not Ilara.
Oh,
Sorry,
God.
not Ilara. Because I've forgotten the fucking... No, I've got to go through a whole list of people here. Sorry.
Barbara.
Emily? No, Emily? Lady Varsdale. Lady Varsdale. I don't know. I know you've been working so closely with the orphanages. I wanted to introduce it. Sorry, my dear. I didn't get your name.
Oh, Lex Ordo at your service. Well, I don't know why I've gone British.
And,
Lex Ordo. I've gone
that's all
posh,
good.
as you.
So this dwarven lady, so Lady Emily Varsdale, turns away from Bran Thornheart and looks towards you. Hello, dear. I am
Hello, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Lady Varsdale. Pleasure to meet you, dear. Sorry, Lady Vivian, you wanted to introduce this individual to me. Why? Well, he says he's particularly apt at finding lost children, and I was just thinking, based on your work with the orphanages, you'd probably want to meet him. Lex, I'll
Yes,
leave
sir.
you here with Lady Varsdale. I'm sure we'll catch up soon.
Right. Hi. I'm Lex. I am actually a orphan myself.
And she holds
actually.
out her dwarven hand up to you.
I'll just grab it and then shake it.
Not one for etiquette, then, my dear. I see.
I'm sorry. What? I'm not sure what
Listen.
the protocol is there. I'm not used to meeting
Oh,
such high
well-
esteemed individuals.
In these sort of social circles, it's quite apt to just gently kiss on the knuckles, my dear.
Right. Do you want a do-over? You want to try that again?
No, don't stop it. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Right,
So you
right.
said you're particularly good at finding lost children, then?
Well, I was just telling my oh, she's gone. I was just telling the good lady Delacour there that I'm hoping to expand my business into Union City, and I am a private investigator. Well, me and my team are private investigators. But she goes, "Oh, what do you investigate?" And one of the examples I get is we have found lost children in the past. So and then she thought to introduce me to you.
Very interesting. You see,
Yeah.
I'm involved in the local orphanages. Too much champagne, my dear. Don't drink too much too soon. So, yes,
No.
I'm a particular benefactor of the local orphanages. Indeed, I'm going to catch up with that young Cowan. He sounds...
Oh, he
Very
is,
interesting.
Yeah, he has turned out to be a great man in spite of. You don't deal with any priests, do you? You're not part of that.
There are a number of orphanages in the city run by the priest, yes.
Are you involved in those directly, or do you have your own network of orphanages?
And I am somewhat... You on about the Order of the Right Hand, I think, was the one he was introduced
Yeah,
as being
yeah.
affiliated with. Indeed,
Yeah,
there
are
will...
you affiliated
It's
with those?
interesting you talk about missing children, because, well, a lot of children seem to go missing from that particular orphanage, so I'm interested.
Oh, good. So you run a reputable orphanages. Is that what I'm? That's good.
And,
That's
well,
good to
I
hear.
don't run them. It's not me. I am just a benefactor
just
of
donate.
said orphanages. I like...
Right.
Yes, indeed. I like to make sure that the children are well looked after.
Well, I can tell you now that you want to keep an eye on those priests. From what I hear, they are not looking after the
will.
children.
I'll take this under advisement. Bran, have you heard this about the Order of the Right Hand? And Bran turns around, this stocky dwarven individual. Order of the Right Hand? There's those stiff priests from down the lower tiers of the city. Aye.
Yeah, it's probably the left hand you want to keep an eye on, if you know what I'm saying.
Sorry, boy, I didn't get your name. I'm Bran Thornheart. Pleasure to meet you.
Hi, I'm Lex. First of his name.
Like, first of his name. Interesting. Or those, do you know what? There's somebody I was just speaking to. Do you know, it's one of the knights. What's that? Gareth.
God, I'm getting in too deep.
Morwen.
I'm getting in too deep.
Gareth. And the Dragonborn, Sir Gareth Morwen, wanders over and... Bran, a pleasure, my friend. Good to see you again. And Bran looks at him and says, weren't you telling me about some young ranger types up where you were mentioning? Ordonis was the name, wasn't it? You're not related to an Ordonis. Apparently he was a snake-like creature like you. That's what you said, yes? Snake-like creature. Ordo. And Gareth Morwen's just going to turn around.
I am familiar with that name, actually. Yeah, you said there was... The clan is still going strong, is it?
Ordonis. Well, I had a little bit of help on one of my adventures. We were hunting down a giant owl bear, like the biggest owl bear you've ever seen in your life. Big, ferocious creature. I had a partner on this particular endeavor, this adventure, and he was a UNT like yourself. Similar accent, actually, not far. Similar hair color as well. Now you say that long braid down the back of his neck. He went by the name of what was his name? Silas Ordonis. Sorry, does that name mean something to you?
It rings a bell. I've heard great tale of his exploits as a hunter and warrior for his clan and village. I'm sorry, where did you acquire her services? You can see.
Well, we
Lex
were
looking awkward, quite uncomfortable.
This was overseas, actually. I was in the jungles to the west. There's an outpost there. I don't suppose you've heard of it at all. There's what was the name of that outpost?
Salabar?
You know what? I forget now. No. What was the name of that outpost? Balinor's. Yes.
Fucking hell, Balinor's.
Balinor Fortification.
Okay,
Oblivion Islands. That's where it's from.
Yeah,
the Oblivion Islands.
If you'll excuse me, I have to go now, and then I'll just hurried off to find
pleasure. Bran, who the hell are you introducing me to? And Bran's just gonna look. I just want another drink. Edgius.
Edgius has got a completely different plan, but just for questions, does the Silas that Tom was just talking to look anything like Lex?
No.
Okay. Edgius is going to say to Takami, you keep an eye out for Howard Dunford. Keep an eye on him. I'm going to circle back to him in a minute. Watch this. I'm going to do what I do best. And oh yeah, keep Lex away from the princesses. And Edgius is just going to beeline it towards where the princesses are. And I'm not even just whatever Tommy says, just
she's just gonna be like
Edgius. Edgius is gonna stride up to the princesses, and as he does, now look, Edgius is a fool. Edgius is
you don't say.
usually an idiot. However, Edgius has been playing characters his whole life. You know, he has been sneaking into things, he's been a detective, he's then been a bard. You know, at this point, his breadth of knowledge, though obscure, is large. And he's going to call upon some information that he read once about Eastern traditions of Nyland and stuff like that. As he arrives upon the stage where the princesses are, he's going to jump in the air, click his heels twice, and then bow very low, raising one hand behind him and one hand in front of him very low. As he then scuttles forward and goes, "Hello, majesties. My name is Edgius Bones Jones, Bard Extraordinaire, former nominee of the Golden Harp Award, and most influential artist of Dryad's Gate from last year. It is a pleasure to meet you all. And he's going to put his hand out to try and like go down the line and kiss the hands of the ladies.
So you approach first, what looks like the youngest of the three sisters, the youngest of the three princesses. This pale, porcelain white skin, black hair, grey eyes, black dress. And as you sort of grab her hand and she holds her hand out and sort of closes her eyes, there's a moment where she just... and her eyes open, but they're unseeing. Edgius Jones, you have not passed the 9th gate, yet you walk. Sharon holds your spirit. And she very quickly pulls her hand out.
Darling. Edgius is going to fist bump her hand with his ring with his deal ring, and bends down and kisses it. He's going to go, it's a pleasure to meet you, my, did you say your name was Sharon?
And she shakes her head and says, what are you?
And your sister. And Edgius is going to just move to the next one and kisses the hand of the next
and she's
sister.
there, looking visibly shaken for a minute as her sister, sort of the middle of the three, blonde hair, bright green eyes. And you notice as the light catches her hair, there's this distinct shimmer of green. And she's just got this very infectious, beautiful smile. She turns and looks to her sister. Raven, dear, are you okay? Is this... Sorry,
Edgius bones, and he's gonna like whip his arm round and he'll cast minor illusion as he makes some like glitter fall around him that then like evaporates as it hits the ground. He'll be like, bard extraordinaire, performer, imaginator, and at your service today, my gracious royalty princess. May I place a kitheth upon your hand?
you may. She is very curious. I am
Edgius is going
Theodora.
to fist bump her as well with his deal ring as well, and give her hand a kiss, and then be like, and your sister. And Edgius at this point is going to use one of his 2 misty steps. As he does a barrel roll, and in midair he's going to poof out of existence and poof on his knees in front of her with his hand out to grab her hand.
Now, as you misty step in front of the eldest sister, the one who was introduced as Johanna Splinterthorn and also given the title of heir to the throne, a blade suddenly appears at your throat.
That's my girl.
Edgius is going to look
As
up.
you look
Is it
up,
her
you see
blade?
the female Goliath just stood there, towering above you, with a blade that shines gold.
Edgius is going to take
I think
it
you
with
want to
his
back
finger.
off.
He's going to take it with his finger and push it away from his neck and go, you wouldn't want to injure these vocal cords. How would your princesses hear my amazing songs? My lady, I apologize if I offended. I simply came to introduce myself. You know, I once played in the court, in the houses of Nylin in my youthful era, but I haven't been back since for a very long time.
Johanna at this point is going to look at you shrewdly. Oh, really? And which houses were they?
The big ones, all of the big ones. I made sure to attend all of them. They all requested me. See, there was barely enough time for me to get round to all the houses. It was quite an afternoon of singing. My vocal cords needed that lemon and honey that I got at the end. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I'm sure. And how long ago was this? I'm sorry?
Look, what's important is that I am so glad that you have joined us here tonight. I simply actually came for 2 reasons. To firstly introduce myself to your grace, and number 2 is simply because I came to inquire, what would such esteemed members of the Eastern Courts be attending a Black Veil dance. I'm just surprised because I've heard such exquisite tales of your beauty and your defender's might, as he gestures to the sordid Goliath. Now, I simply just came to inquire and then possibly leave you with this as well. I, the 37th ranked bard in all the land, would like to offer my services to you for if you ever do need someone to sing, dance, tell a tale, or possibly even just hold your hand for some reconciliation or anything. I would be glad to offer my services. But what brings you to the West?
She is going to look at you very shrewdly, and you can see the intelligence behind the eyes here as she sort of looks at you. She's going to insight check. Anyway.
Can I make a performance check? Can I make a performance check?
You can absolutely make a performance check.
Fuck yeah. Can I add my D4 because I fucking fist bumped all of them as well? With my healer ring?
Can indeed. And your curse is very much passed by this point as well, so no disadvantage.
Oh, it's over, dude. It's so over. It's so over. That is a 30. That's a 31.
Goodness gracious.
So she's gonna sort of look at you and chuckle. Well, you are entertaining, if nothing else. I am here as my father could not attend, but Nyalin is still trying to recruit allies across the continents and indeed the world. You say you're a bard. My father's a bard, so go easy. Perhaps be yourself.
If your friend wouldn't mind, I would love to possibly take your hand for a dance, maybe and as Aegeus says this, his voice goes from this bullshit that he's putting on back to his normal tone. A conversation?
Well, that's better. Well, indeed, we are about to invite everybody to join us in the Nyalin traditions. So...
I'm very accustomed with those traditions, as I was there some amount of time ago. I would be glad to lead you in those traditions. And Aegeus is going to put his hand out again.
So the Goliath sort of raises her sword in salute, sheathes it, and then turns to Theodora and takes Theodora's hand, as then Micaiah takes Raven's hand, and you can see there is a protection with Raven. Sort of two hands come onto Raven's, and Raven's sort of just wandering around. Her eyes are darting everywhere. She is shaken right now. And the announcement comes out again. Ladies and gentlemen, our honoured guests for this evening, the princesses of Nyalin, would like to invite you all to join them in the traditional dance of the courts of Nyalin. And music begins to play as you're all brought onto the floor, and Takami turns and sees Aegeus with the princess and just goes, "Oh shit."
Aegeus is actually like splitting a sea of people in front of him as he goes, "Make way for your grace, make way!" As he leads her down onto the dance floor, and it's gonna then...
Takami beelines for Jewel and just says, "What the fuck do we do? Why is he like this? Just
go.
Why?"
Another question entirely. Please, go get him and start dancing with him. I will find Lex. I have not found anything. This is ridiculous. And she runs off to go and look for Lex. Lex, please.
They're a fucking Kumari on my ass. And runs off into this as everybody begins to dance, and there's a moment where two lines form, a line of sort of the female individuals, line of the male individuals, and a waltz begins to play, and the princesses sort of do this very elegant curtsy before you all, the male counterparts, or the partners I should say, all bow deeply, and you begin this flowing number of steps. Now, Aegeus, I'm going to ask you to make me a performance check, because you do not know this dance.
Question, Jen. Am I dancing with the eldest, the Grace? Am I dancing with?
You are
with her
dancing with the heir to the throne right now.
Oh yeah, it is.
Of course he is.
It is. That is a that's a 24.
24. So as you begin these steps, she's looking at you, and there's this look of she is looking forward for you to fail, and then you start dancing with her, and there's a moment of oh. And as you then come close into a hold and begin to sort of waltz around the floor, she just leans in and sort of whispers, "You're pretty light on your feet, and a quick learner."
Edgy is dropping the act entirely. Thank you. I was wondering if, now that we've got a moment to ourselves, as he spins her out into a furl and then pulls her back in, I was wondering if we could possibly discuss 2 questions that I might have for a princess of your stature. As he then dips her into a low dip, and Takami's at the edge of the circle looking at him as he winks at Takami, pulls her back up and spins to the other side of the room. And at that point, you can cut back to everyone else.
Very good. So you waltz off, and Takami is there. Just sort of, she finds. She actually goes up to Gareth Morwen, and they begin a dance. And she begins. She sort of bows in a very Kumo Ryo way, so to speak, sort of very martial arts, and then begins to dance with Gareth. But her eyes are on you at all times. Mara at this point is going to lean into Kevin. Kevin, I thought I had one specific request for you. Aegis was not to talk to the princess.
Oh, it was Aegis. Yeah. No, look, Aegis is going to be Aegis. But more importantly, what's your vibe right now? We come here to let's separate personal and...
Other than the fact that your best friend is potentially insulting my honored guests?
Look, Mara, let's cut the shit. What do you want us to look
Cut the
out
shit?
for right now? Yeah, the shit.
I don't want you messing around with the princesses. They're not going to do anything.
This is beyond that. Let Aegis do what Aegis does. What do you want us to... Actually,
Mara takes a deep, shuddering breath. Just, Kevin, if this goes wrong, you and me are going to have a very, very, very long discussion when we get home.
Mara, we're going to have a very, very long discussion anyway. Let's come out of this with some valuable information. What the fuck do you want us to look out for?
Right. Yes. Business. And she sees Aegis doing another extravagant dance movement. And she moves Kevin in front of it and then just places her hands on Kevin's chest and like... Well, that is something better to look at least. As I said, there are political machinations that I am not 100% sure are best for Union City. I am not sure where Lord Varrickson has gone, but he has already left, which is not good. Just be on the eye out for anything out of the ordinary, okay?
Mara, you are infinitely better than I am at this. We've been here for how long? What have you spotted?
Well, for example, Lord Fenro and Lady Delacote have already had an affair behind a curtain.
Okay, what does that mean?
And you have not spotted this. They have had sex in this hall, behind that curtain.
I don't give a shit. That's fine. Isn't there bigger things at play? What the fuck am I doing here? What are we doing here? Do you want me to be a fucking doorman?
With other people, and now they are having sex behind curtains. This is going to cause a stir if we are not careful. Now, my cousin, she is very, very nice, but she found something beneath this city, and that could pose a threat to particular individuals. If they find the information of any interest, please make sure nobody touches her. These princesses are outsiders of Union City. Now, I invited their father, and he sends all 3 of his daughters. Now, either this is to shun me, or it is to try and woo individuals here. I don't know.
Okay.
As for Aegeus's friend from Kumoryu, none of my agents have been able to get into Kumoryu. We have no information of what is there. So who knows what is going on? There are many, many circles within circles. Do you understand
as far as I know.
why I needed help?
I do. I mean, that's why we're here. And as far as Takami, you have to trust her. Aegeus says she's fine. And if you trust me, you trust that she's fine. If you were to say one of those 3 things was a place for us to explore, the 2 that are fucking behind the curtain, the whole mystery behind the princesses, and just tell me what you want me to fucking do. And I raise to my date. And I raise the shot. What do you want me to do?
She at this point is going to take a deep breath, smacks the shot glass out of your hand before you can drink it, snakes her hand around the back of your neck, and just pulls you in for the most extravagant kiss going. And the music stops, people stop dancing, and they all turn and look towards the 2 of you.
I don't notice.
She sort of releases you, looks deep into your eyes. Keep the attention on us, Kevin. I don't want to make you a show, but just for tonight, we are the main attraction. Understood?
I go in for a kiss. A deep kiss, and I kind of take her down, like in a little bit of a dip, while we're still kissing. And it's less of a show. It starts as a show, but then transitions into a real kiss in that moment.
And her hands snake around the back of your neck. One of her legs actually sort of loops it round the back of your leg, and you realise this is not just a seductive pose for everybody else's view, but also something so she's got leverage. If she needs to flip back up very quickly, she has got something to move with. Jewel, you're about to say something.
Yeah, so with that very obvious, everyone suddenly had something to look at. I want to see if anyone else didn't look up and is very obviously doing something else.
Make me a perception check, please.
There we go.
I'll roll better this time. That is much better. That will be a 24.
24. As you very quickly scan around the room then, the notable absence is Lord Gunnar Varrickson, who has disappeared. You also don't see Calum Eleneth. And you do see Mirabelle Blackwater with something of a seething look on her face as she looks towards her cousin.
Okay.
The music starts up again. And Aegeus, as you have sort of separated, you all turn to Mara, and Johanna sort of holds her hand out to you again, and the dance begins. She's going to come close to you and just like, well, that was quite a show. And you continue your dancing. Lex, what are you doing in this moment?
So, after exiting stage left from the conversation, what was the dude's name again? Who hired
Which one?
the UNT fella who made me awkward?
So, Sir Gareth Morwen is known as the famed Fang, is the knight, Dragonborn knight, who is said to have worked with Silas Ordonis.
Yep. So, exiting stage left from that, I'll be looking for Jewel, and hopefully I've met up with her in time for the little dance.
So you do meet up with Jewel, and begin to dance, and Jewel, you can see there is just a bead of sweat. Well, technically, Yuan-Tui doesn't sweat. You can see the worry or the concern in Lex's eyes, I will say, with just the amount of insight, and Lex is carrying this heartlessly. You would also feel this, and in this moment between the four of you, with Edgius trying to concentrate on this dance, Cavan going in for this kiss, Lex in this moment of information, and Jewel, you just trying to keep cool to look around the room, there is then this ear-piercing scream that sounds out. Music stops. Dead. Everything goes silent. Everybody turns to see Lady Aranel Eleneth come running through, her hands covered in blood. And she's just going to stand there and fall to her knees. Caleb! Caleb is dead! He's dead! And there is a rush of activity suddenly as curtains are drawn back, and behind a curtain, in a pool of blood, with a blade sticking out of his chest, Caleb Eleneth lies on the floor, his eyes still open. And that, my friends, is where we are going to leave it for this week.
Of course.
Nice one.
So yes.
Nice one.
Bastard.
Murder on the Dance Floor, indeed, episode 54. So yes, thank you all for joining tonight. Thank you very much for those that have raided tonight. I hope you have enjoyed that bit of political intrigue, landing with the cliffhanger. There is more to come on this. There is a lot more to come. Now, I know we are potentially missing one member next week. We will see what happens, but we will work with that and we will make sure everything works accordingly. But yes, next week looks to be even better, dare I say, than this week. So yes, please come and join us next week. The other thing I do wish to talk about is hopefully those that caught the break will have caught the adverts for both Tabletop and Homie and the Dude's Kickstarter of the Wandering Tavern. So if you have not already gone and followed those and paid them some attention, then please do. Tabletop looks like an awesome new virtual tabletop tool, and the Wandering Tavern looks like an amazing setting as well, very much Studio Ghibli inspired. So yes, go check them out. We will post all the links on our social media so you can check them out. The other thing we are planning in the next couple of weeks is something a little bit different for you. So Malt and Magic, but not necessarily D&D. We will post more information about that as we go forward. But with that harrowing ending to episode 54, I just want to say a big thank you to the Raiders once again. A thank you to my cast and crew members for being awesome. We have been the Malt and Magic cast, the Malt and Magic crew, I should say. This has been episode 54. Stay safe. We love you all, and we will see you next week.